Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles and Michael Cochrane as Bunny. The Rest Cure.
Afternoon, Hawkins.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Manders. Good afternoon.
I suppose there's no news of...
Of Mr. Raffles, sir? No, sir. No more news than there was this morning, or yesterday afternoon, or the day before
But
that.
dash it all, it's been 5 weeks. Where can he be, for heaven's sake?
Mr. Raffles is under no obligation to inform me of his whereabouts, sir. He comes and goes as he pleases, like most of my gentlemen.
Yes. Oh, well, I'll try again tomorrow.
Very well, sir.
I retraced my path down the steps of the Albany as I had done for many days now. I was frankly worried. It was not like Raffles to up sticks and vanish without informing me of his whereabouts. At first I had assumed that he was off to play in one of those country house matches with which he wilfully preferred to wind up the season. Yet a diligent perusal of Field and the Sportsman failed to yield any such information. He had, quite simply, vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, I say, look where you're going, my man.
Beg pardon, Gov. Here, Gov. You ain't got the price of a cup of coffee on you, have you?
Why is it you fellows always ask for the price of a cup of coffee? It's pretty obvious it's not coffee you're after.
Oh, Lord bless you, Gov. The price of a glass of gin would be even more acceptable.
You know very well.
Oh, why? Oh, thank you kindly, Gov. The gent you're looking for says this, that you're to meet him at dusk in Holland Walk.
Eh? Here, what did you say? Come back.
But the man was gone before I could detain him. The message was from Raffles, of course. How typical of him to remain silent after all these weeks, and then send this peremptory message by means of a gin-soaked vagrant. I had a good mind to teach him a lesson and not show up at all.
Excuse me, is this Holland Walk? I've got lost in this confounded fog and... Oh, it's you.
Oh, Lord bless you, Gov, you done me proud this afternoon. I ain't one to let a gent wander these dark streets alone, so help me.
Look, you're getting no more money out of me. That message came from Mr. Raffles, didn't it? I demand to know his whereabouts.
You silly ass, Bunny. Don't tell old Kensington I'm here in residence.
Raffles? I mean, AJ.
Come along before you have the whole neighbourhood in on my secret. Now follow me closely, that's a good fellow.
And he was off into the fog at a cracking pace, for all the world like any tatterdemalion denizen of the gin palace and the gutter. And I mused, not for the first time, of how great an actor he might have been, had he not opted instead for the twin pursuits of cricket and crime. He led the way through a maze of quiet residential streets until he came to a tall house swathed in Virginia creeper and with closely shuttered windows, at the gate of which he paused for a moment, gesturing me to follow before making on up the path. I joined him at the door, which he proceeded to open with a latchkey.
Inside, quickly.
I could not understand his haste, but did as I was told, and stumbled into the unfamiliar hallway.
I'll get a light.
No, here's the switch.
No, Bunny, you idiot! Switch it off!
Sorry.
Let's hope no one saw that. This place is meant to be unoccupied.
Raffles, where have you led me now?
Into a home from home, dear old Bunny mine. This is my residence, or has been for the past few weeks.
But why on earth should you want to come here?
As a sort of rest cure. Yes, that's what. I needed some time on my own to sort things out. For to be quite frank, a canny little soul from Scotland and the yard of that ilk has been breathing down my neck of late. I thought we both needed a rest.
Mackenzie.
Inspector, as you say, Mackenzie. Now, no more of him, I beg. But this place is a perfect retreat. And nary another soul knows I'm here, not even the owner. What? He's away in Switzerland, and his wife's looking after her sick mother in Aberdeen, you'll be pleased to know.
When are they due back?
I haven't an inkling, old sport.
But surely...
But no one but a fool's going to come back from Switzerland at this time of year, and she won't come back before he does.
Well,
But anyway, the servants are bound to return first, and if they should happen to surprise me, I reckon I'm quite capable of dealing with them. Now, here, this will have to do as a light for the present. An opera hat, you see? Makes an excellent dark lantern. There. That's the ticket. Now, I'd better change at once, I think, into something a little less offensive to eye and nostril. I bought these duds from a genuine tramp, you know.
Yes, I can well believe it, Raffles. And I shan't be too sorry to see you peel off that vile beard, either.
There, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed, Bunny. It's not the peeling kind. More in the nature of a permanent fixture, don't you know?
You mean to say you've grown it?
I make that claim, old fellow. Although, to be honest, it grew itself. I simply went without shaving for a week or so, part of my rest cure. One of the fringe benefits, so to speak. Well, why? Don't you like it?
It's so thick.
2 owls and a hen, 2 larks and a wren, eh? Well, I've got the sort of face that could do with a bit of concealment.
Nonsense, A.J. You're the handsomest of men.
Oh, besides, I'm of an age where a little dignity don't come amiss.
I've always believed dignity came from within, Raffles.
So did my beard, my dear old rabbit.
People are going to accuse you, you know, of trying to look like...
I know who you mean, Bunny. Don't mention the name, I beg. I count that last game against Gloucestershire a personal disaster to rank with the loss of the Rosenthal diamonds.
Say what you like, he's a grand old boy, W.G.
Yes, I hope I'm still capable of playing first-class cricket at 46, and capable, too, of shinning up the odd drainpipe for my lady's pearls once in a while.
Raffles, you're incorrigible.
Come, I'll show you round the place. Bathroom's up here on your left. You have to be careful with the bath water. It makes a devil of a racket going down the plug hole. I suggest you bail it out as I do, drop by drop. Don't want to rouse the hostile tribes.
Raffles, do you seriously imagine that I'm going to come and stay here too?
Oh, why not? Miserable having no one to talk to. Oh, I confess I enjoyed it at first and played Crusoe here with glee for a day or so, but the charm of it soon wore off. That's why I want you here, Bunny.
As your man Friday, I suppose.
One of the great characters of fiction, Bunny. His loyalty, as I remember, was second to none. Still, if you don't fancy the role...
Yes, but you have a reason for hiding away. I don't.
I thought you'd find it relaxing to be free of your creditors for a week or so. They're deuced bad company at the best of times. If you shut this door, we can switch the lights on here. Shutters are fairly solid. This is the master bedroom, as the agents say. The mistress bedroom is through there.
Over here.
There's some fine suits of clothes here in the wardrobe. But sad to say, they'd sit on me like a giant's robes upon a dwarfish thief.
Then he and his wife are of a kind. Have you seen the dresses in here?
I have. I've seen her portrait, too. She'd do well behind the wicket, would Mrs. Crutchley.
Is that her name?
Well, since she married Mr. Crutchley, it is. Our unwitting host is quite a character, it seems. I took the liberty of looking him up in his own Who's Who. He was a colonel of sappers and notched up a V.C. at Rorke's Drift. Concerns himself these days with the matter of fallen women. He's on a positive rash of committees devoted to their welfare.
Lord.
Recreations, cricket, and revolver shooting.
Not a man to tangle with.
No, indeed. He'd either recognise me or shoot me. Probably both. Quick, Bunny, put out the lights. Who the devil can it be, I wonder?
Colonel Crutchley?
He's hardly likely to knock at his own door. I hope no one's seen the light, so to speak. Deuced awkward if they have. With all these shutters up, there's only one way out of this place, and that's the front door. We're trapped. Damn it, I should have anticipated this. Look, you stay here. I'll try and peer through the shutters at the front.
Why do I let him do this to me? Why do I allow him to get me into these impossible situations? I'm still a young man. I should be doing a proper job like other young men. I'm not cut out for a life of...
Bunny, all's well. Only the postman.
What, at this hour?
You forget, my dear Bunny, this is Kensington. It's another world, old fellow. I must open up one of these shutters here at the back. We mustn't be caught like this again. Well, you quite recovered?
I must confess, A.J., I could do with a drink.
Yeah, me too, old sport. But the Colonel's not a one for the grain. In the matters of the grape, however, he's something of a connoisseur. He has a small but admirable cellar, which I've often made use of on my island. A Mum 84 will serve the turn, I think. Well, does the prospect of a week or so in these surroundings seem more congenial to you now, my dear Bunny? Look at all these books. You can catch up on all the latest novels. Now, either the Colonel, or more likely his good, if generously endowed lady wife, seems to have an insatiable appetite for fiction. There's Tess of the D'Urbervilles, The Light That Failed, all improving texts, I'm sure. There's even some stuff by that rotter Wilde.
I'm not sure, Raffles. It's very tempting, I must admit.
Excellent. Although I believe it's the Mum that's changed your mind, not the prospect of a literary fortnight.
I haven't said yes yet, Raffles.
But it was, of course, inevitable that I should do so at last. Raffles always had his way in the end.
Well, I'd better go and collect my things.
Well, what things?
Well, you know, razor, change of clothes.
Nonsense. The Colonel is all that you need. There's a shaving kit in the bathroom and a selection of dressing gowns and the like. There's no need to dress up here, you know. A capacious dressing gown will enhance the monastic nature of our retreat.
But
And not another word. There's a good fellow.
And so I stayed. The days passed in untroubled calm, and we settled into a way of life, cut off as we were from the world, which was pleasingly ordered and domestic.
Ah, there you are at last, Bunny. I thought the smell of bacon would get you up. Let's hope the savour of it doesn't get through to the outside world.
Oh, is that coffee on the stove?
It is, my long-eared friend. Help yourself. What on earth is that you're wearing?
Huh? Oh, this. Oh, it's one of Mrs. Crutchley's wraps. I was bored with tripping over the hem of the Colonel's bathrobe.
It suits you. Here.
Oh, well, that looks good. Thank you, Raffles. So, how are you this morning, A.J.? I understand that those bottles of Romani Conti last night gave me quite a thick head.
You drink in too much haste, Bunny. As if we were in a race to empty the bottle. Drinking is an art, like any other, and superior to most. For my own part, I feel relaxed and invigorated. I do believe my beard has taken a turn for the better. It's acquiring a shape of its own, don't you think?
I can't say I've noticed.
Less of a disguise than I'd hoped, of course, but that can't be helped.
A disguise?
Yes.
But why on earth should you need a disguise?
Oh, you know perfectly well, Bunny. I always work in disguise when I can.
A work?
A little job I have in mind, old chap. Nothing that need concern you.
Oh, Raffles. I thought this was supposed to be a rest cure.
Well, I've never denied the value of Providence in matters relating to my unnoised profession, and there's a house, I've noticed, on my nocturnal rambles that's simply begging to be broken open.
Where?
As it happens, just across the way.
Oh, no.
The master and mistress are creatures of habit, which, as you know, is a godsend to the likes of me. Every Thursday they go to a play or to the opera. The servants, therefore, make Thursday night the occasion for drunken revellings below stairs. I shall be in and out in a trice.
But it's Thursday today, Raffles.
Exactly so.
Oh.
No, don't pull that awful face, Bunny. I must be true to my nature. This little retreat was simply a hiccup in my normal routine.
But
don't worry. This is strictly a one-man show, quickly in and quickly out while everyone is otherwise engaged. Couldn't be simpler, I assure you.
But isn't it all a bit hasty? Can't you wait till next Thursday?
There may not be a next Thursday, old chap. Mine host, the Colonel, received a telegram this morning. Thought I'd better read it in case it was important. Seems the servants have been held up in a blizzard. That means two things. We can't rely on them arriving first.
And that the Colonel is due back any day now.
As you say. So, you see, there's no time to be lost. Tonight, as they say, is the night. And if you're a good fellow, you'll have some piping hot coffee waiting me on my return. And try to be wearing something a little more fetching.
Huh? Why, you... Oh...
It must be said that at this time there were few people who could put one over on Raffles. Whether at the crease or amid the bonhomie of his favourite club, I seldom saw him bested. If a bowler had a trick up his sleeve, Raffles had a couple of his own to counter it. I never heard a story told that Raffles could not cap if he was in the mood. This often, as you may imagine, led to no little irritability on my part, for I had long resigned myself to being a butt by nature. But on this occasion I resolved to play a trick on him that even he could not anticipate.
Right. Lantern, mask, bag of tools. I'm ready. Off with the lights, Bunny. You know, I've often thought I should write a learned treatise on drain pipes after the fashion of that Baker Street chappie. This one's a beauty. Might have been made for the likes of me. Good luck, Raffles. Thank you, Bunny.
I half shut the window after him and drew the shutters to. I switched on the lights and made my way from the master bedroom to the smaller one which adjoined it. There I opened the capacious wardrobe and selected one of the dresses.
This one, I think.
It was a winter dress in velveteen, with big leg-of-mutton sleeves and a short silken cape over the shoulders, all in a most delicate shade of puce. I slipped it on and found it a reasonable fit, though a little tight in the waist. I considered stays, but decided that even for a determined joker like myself, there were boundaries of taste that should and must not be crossed.
No.
I then seated myself at the dressing-table and busied myself with the powder and rouge which the Colonel's lady had thoughtfully provided. I was quite gratified at the image which eventually gazed back at me from the mirror. It was of a big, jolly girl, quite highly coloured, not quite a lady perhaps, but bright and personable. I gave her a fringe with the aid of a pair of tongs, and hid the rest of my hair under a hairnet, topping the whole effect with a wide-brimmed feathered hat.
To wear the boa or not wear the boa, that is the question. Yes, looks rather becoming. Oh dear, Raffles will be back in a moment, and I haven't made the coffee.
I hastened at once to remedy my lapse of memory. Hurrying down the stairs in the unfamiliar garments, I slipped and fell down the second flight, striking my head on the newel post at the bottom and producing a whole galaxy of stars. I was dimly conscious of the front door being opened and a tall, bearded figure entering. Then the hall was suddenly ablaze with light, and I sat up in terror at the feet of a formidable-looking man with a great barrel chest and hands as big as hams. The master of the house had returned.
Who the devil are you? And what are you doing here?
I fell down the, down the stairs, begging your pardon, sir.
I can see that. Answer my question. Who are you?
Amanda Noah.
Amanda Noah? What sort of name is that? Italian, I suppose.
Yes, he's Italian.
Father Italian, was he?
Yes.
A lot of them are.
Yes.
Who sent you? Lady Rains, I suppose?
Yes, Lady Rains.
And who let you in here? The servants, I suppose.
Yes, that's right.
This catechism of the Colonel's would have been more difficult to survive had not the gentleman possessed the quirkish habit of supplying immediate answers to his own questions.
The servants let you in?
Yes, sir.
Where are they, then? Answer me that. Don't tell me.
No?
They're in the bunch of grapes.
Bunch of grapes?
I thought so. Well, they shouldn't have left you alone here. Most irresponsible. Well, my girl, what have you to tell me?
Tell you?
Lady Rains found you on the streets, I suppose?
On the streets?
I thought so. No need to be embarrassed, Miss Mandanoa. You could show me very little that would embarrass or surprise me.
Yes, I could. Very little. I mean,
So what did Lady Rains say?
Well, she,
She told you to come and see me personally?
That's right.
What did she tell you about me?
About you, Governor?
That I had devoted the last 10 years of my life to stamping this evil from the streets of London?
Yes, those were her ladyship's very words.
And she told you that I would be prepared to help you?
Oh, yes.
Provided you were prepared to help us in your turn.
Eh?
By telling us the name of your creature.
Creature?
Creature.
I don't have one. We're not allowed them where I live.
What?
Not even a goldfish.
Don't chop logic with me, young woman. You're parasite, I mean.
Parasite?
Exactly.
It struck me that the Colonel's unwillingness to call a spade must have been a great hindrance at the meetings of the various committees on which he served. It also struck me that a dangerous gleam had entered the Colonel's eye as he was speaking.
It's my belief we can strike at the roots of the problem by dealing with these parasites as they deserve. Horse whipping is too good for them, I say. But it will do for a start. I myself have been known on occasion to thrash such a man to within an inch of his life.
He continued in this vein for several long minutes, during which time I strained my ears for the sounds of Raffles' impending return. Once I thought I heard the light thud of a footstep, then a scuffling. Then all was silent once more.
With my leather thongs. Are you listening to me, girl?
Yes, of course, sir.
My only thought was to protect Raffles from this madman, who was obviously in a mood to inflict condign punishment on any man he suspected of being the agent of my shameful trade. The other alternative, that he should surprise Raffles and recognize him, was equally unthinkable. I resolved to play for time, and to elevate my voice to a level that would give my friend sufficient warning.
There's truth in what you say, Governor. I'll put this life behind me, I swears it.
Why are you shouting? Are you drunk? Gad, I'll lay odds you've been at Miss Cellar.
But before the Colonel had a chance to pursue this line of investigation or corroborate his dire forebodings, there came a heavy thud from the master bedroom.
What was that?
That's it? Well, I heard nothing.
Nonsense, girl. There's someone upstairs.
No, there ain't, sir.
Ah, why do you look so guilty? It's your creature, I'll be bound, come to get you back.
No, it ain't, sir.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Where's my revolver?
Revolver?
I'll deal with him, never fear.
Oh, I've seen the like of. I'll go straight. Help! Raffles!
What do you mean, Raffles?
Oh, well, that's who can help me, Gov. The Royal Association for Fallen Female Ladies.
Nonsense! There's no such thing.
And he charged up the stairs 2 at a time. There was nothing for me to do but lift my skirts and follow. I was at his elbow as he reached the bedroom door and flung it wide.
Great Scott!
Good Lord.
Another of them!
On the bed, head in hands, sat a middle-aged woman weeping softly to herself. She was dressed in tattered finery, and her tears made deep tracks down her heavily rouged cheeks.
What the deuce are you doing in my bedroom, madam?
Oh, forgive me, Governor. I've got too queer.
Drunk, more like. Why didn't you say there were 2 of you, Miss Mandanoa?
I forgot.
Lady Rains sent her too, I suppose.
Yes, that's right, dearie. I mean, your worship. She said you might put us up for the night.
Out of the question. I must have a word with Lady Rains and with the servants. This is a private house, my good woman, not a hostel. Oh, there, Miss Mandanoa. Behold this woman far gone in her depravity. Look at the squalid garments she wears, the gimcrack baubles and gewgaws. Look at her yellow eye, the coarseness of her complexion, which no amount of powder or paint can ever disguise. Is this what you wish to become? The state of this disgusting old woman preaches the cause of clean living more eloquently than any sermon of mine. Turn from this life, I beg you.
I will, sir. But where shall we go, sir?
There is a hostel to which I shall send you. The sooner the better. Come with me now. I shall put you in a cab. I'll give you a note for the warden there. I warn you, the discipline is strict and the entertainment frugal, but it will take you out of temptation's way until some decent employment may be found for you. There must be no reversion on your part to your old ways.
Oh, no, your worship. That's all behind us now.
Yes, I'm glad to hear it. Very glad indeed.
We duly accompanied the Colonel from his house and followed at a respectful distance while he led us to the nearest thoroughfare and bundled us into a hansom.
Here's half a sovereign. Take these women to this address directly.
Right you are, Governor.
Now, Miss Mandanoa, you too, old woman. I hope we shall not meet again.
No, so do we, Governor.
Well, that, my dear Bunny, might be referred to as a damn close-run thing.
I thought he was going to kill you, Raffles.
No doubt about it. VCs tend to shoot first and ask questions later. I say, old boy, you don't half look an ass in that hat.
I could say the same for you, AJ.
Well, yes, but I had to get dressed in rather a hurry. The beard, too, was the very devil to get off.
Yeah, I thought there was something different about you. The beard, it's gone.
It had to be sacrificed. The Colonel was not the most observant of men. Well, the fact that we were adorned in his good lady's finery escaped him completely, thank the Lord. But I think even he would have drawn the line at a full set of whiskers.
Raffles?
Yes?
Why didn't you escape back out of the window when you heard our voices? Would have been the sensible thing, you know?
The very same reason, I imagine, why you didn't leg it out at the front door when the Colonel came upstairs with his gun.
You sacrificed your beard for me, Raffles.
Don't give it another thought, old fellow. And now it's off. Do you know, I believe I never liked it in the first place.
So some good has come out of this business after all.
You say true, dear old friend, and my nocturnal escapade yielded some quite decent pickings, too. I'm happy to say that these baubles and gewgaws are not quite as gimcrack as the good Colonel believed.
Oh, AJ.
I say, where's this joker taking us?
I don't know.
Here, Cabbie.
Yes, lady?
Where are we going?
Sir Dilda's hostel for the unfortunate lady.
No, we're not. We've changed our minds. Doesn't sound like my sort of place at all.
Oh! Where to then, lady?
The Albany.
Very well. Here.
What is it, Cabbie?
They'll not let you in, you know. Not even decent women are allowed in there. Begging your pardon?
He's right, you know, Raffles. How are we going to get in?
Well, occasionally, my dear Bunny, one is forced to improvise. I dare say we shall find a way. Drive on, Cabbie, to the Albany.
Right you are, lady.
To the Albany and fresh adventures.
In The Rest Cure by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Colonel Crutchley was played by Christopher Benjamin, the porter by Laurence Payne, and the cabbie by Norman Bird. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, and the production was by Gordon House. Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles and Michael Cochrane as Bunny. The Criminologists Club.
The Criminologists Club? Well, I've never heard of it. There's no such club in Whittaker. Who are its members? Where's their house?
The criminologists, my dear Bunny, are too few for a local habitation and too select to tell their name. They're merely so many solemn students of contemporary crime who meet and dine periodically at each other's clubs or houses.
We sat in my rooms in Mount Street, Raffles and I, for it had been his habit of late to drop in most mornings to break his winter constitutional and to partake of coffee or a glass of wine. There was also the telescope. Having once expressed a mild interest in stargazing, I now found myself, through the generosity of my friend, the owner of a powerful brass-bound instrument capable of the most extraordinary feats of magnification. I am ashamed to admit that my interest, such as it was, soon wore off. And now it was Raffles who used it far more than I.
Please, Raffles, tear yourself away from that thing for a moment, if you will, and talk to me.
Well, you know these curtains of yours are wretched, dusty things, Bunny. I've a good mind to buy you some fresh ones.
Will you please talk to me, A.J.?
What about, old man?
Well, this invitation from Lord Thornaby and the Criminologist Club.
Oh, that.
I don't like it, Raffles. I don't like it at all. Doesn't it strike you as odd that these self-styled criminologists should ask us to dine with them?
Not at all, my dear Bunny. Well, I've made a few inquiries. These fellows have got it into their heads, it seems, that the gladiatorial element is the curse of most modern sport.
What?
They fear for the pressures placed on the shoulders of the pro.
Pressures?
Well, there was, for example, a league player not so long ago whose career was terminated, somewhat abruptly, by the hangman's rope. And any number of suicides besides. Well, they want me to expand on the subject. I dare say it really is rather in my public line.
In yours, perhaps, but not in mine. Well, why should they have asked me, too?
They've asked you, my dear fellow, because I gave them your name.
You gave them my name?
I said that you were a keen criminologist.
You said what?
I also suggested that they invite Mackenzie.
Inspector Mackenzie?
It'll be interesting to hear his views on the subject, I think.
I don't believe a word of this gladiatorial theory. It doesn't make sense. No, A.J., I believe they've got their eye on us both and mean to put us under the microscope.
It's a possibility, I suppose.
And you had to go and persuade them to ask Mackenzie.
Do you know, I almost wish you were correct in your suspicions, Bunny. It'd be even better fun.
Fun? Fun, you call it?
Yes, fun. Think of it, Bunny. These fellows meet to wallow in the latest crimes, and we'll be wallowing with them.
I have no wish to wallow with anyone.
I know that it's murder that concerns them most, but perhaps we can elevate the discussion to embrace our own sphere of activity. We may even be able to persuade them to give us their opinion of our noble selves. It'll be a most invaluable experience.
And a most dangerous one.
Oh, nonsense. If we find ourselves sailing too close to the wind, we'll trim our yards accordingly. Besides, if his lordship's reputation is to be believed, the dinner will be an excellent one.
This Lord Thornaby, do you know him at all?
We have a pavilion acquaintance, when it suits him. He's the perfect dilettante. He has a superb knowledge of cricket, but he's never played. He's read everything, yet he's never written a line. And though he's reputed to have the best brain in the House of Lords, he's never opened his lips in that august assembly. He's a whale for theory and a sprat for practice. And his obsession is criminology. I think you will enjoy meeting his lordship, Bunny.
I wished I could have shared Raffles' confidence in this matter. As the date of the dinner drew nearer, so my forebodings grew, and the more forcefully I expressed my misgivings, the more Raffles belittled them.
Bunny, I do declare you're becoming quite an old woman with the advancement of years. But where's your sense of adventure?
It was with a heavy heart that I eventually set out for Thornaby House, where the criminologists were to entertain us.
Evening, Mr. Manders, sir.
Evening.
Oh, there's a big parcel here for you. Arrived last night. Where shall I put it?
Well, I'm just going out and I'm late already. Just leave it outside my door, will you? There's a good fellow.
It's a nasty, foggy night, sir. Do you want I should call you a cab?
No, thank you. It's only around the corner. Is that the parcel?
It is, sir. Looks like curtains, sir.
Of course, how typical of Raffles. Knowing how little I was looking forward to our night with the criminologists, he had sent me something to lift my spirits. I strode out with a will, comparatively cheerful in spite of the wretched fog. 2 men walked ahead of me, talking in loud voices. It was evident that they too were en route for Thornaby House and the Criminologists' Club.
Thornaby hopes to win his bet tonight, you know.
His lordship's an impatient man, but I don't believe our subject will be provoked so easily.
Aren't you anxious to collect your winnings?
Cut it out. I know quite well you think I'll lose.
His lordship's theory is a most interesting one, but I shall keep an open mind, as always. Simply enjoy my evening. Think of it. Our distinguished guest believes he's been invited as a cricketer.
My blood froze. So I had been right all along. Raffles was invited as a suspected criminal to be subjected to the scrutiny of the sharpest eyes and canniest brains in the land. Outside Thornaby House, I waited for as long as I dared, hoping that Raffles would be late and that I would be able to warn him. But 5 minutes passed, then 10, and it became evident that he had preceded me there, and was already in the lion's den. It was with some trepidation that I knocked on the impressive double doors of the building.
Mr. Manders, Lordship, expecting you.
I followed the wheezing butler down many a panelled corridor until we reached a book-lined library where a handful of men were gathered before the fire. One I recognized only too well.
Evening, Mackenzie.
Good evening, Mr. Manders.
Raffles was there, deep in conversation with a large man with the brow of a demigod and the eyes and jowl of a degenerate bulldog. This I correctly took to be our host.
Mr. Manders, delighted you could join us. Ernest, see this gentleman's introduced all round.
Certainly, my lord.
I was handed over to a tall, ungainly gentleman who appeared to be a nephew of his lordship. He introduced me with a shy and clumsy courtesy to the two remaining guests, whom I recognized as the gentlemen who had walked ahead of me in the Mount Street fog. The first, a dapper gentleman with a Napoleonic cast of countenance, turned out to be none other than Kingsmill, the famous QC.
How do you do?
How do you do?
The other, one of the shaggiest dogs I have ever seen in evening clothes, was Parrington, fictional chronicler of the Wild West.
How do you do?
Very well, thanks.
We talked aimlessly of this and that, during which time I desperately tried to catch Raffles' eye. He must, I knew, be warned of the perilous waters which lay ahead.
Straight into his posterior.
But he never so much as glanced in my direction. He was drinking deeply and appeared to be without a care in the world.
That's very good, my lord.
We sat down to an excellent dinner, as Raffles had forecast. I waited anxiously for the conversation to turn to the subject of crime. Eventually, it did so.
Mr. Raffles has been telling me of that unfortunate fellow Atkinson who suffered the extreme penalty last March. A sad life and a botched crime, but my God, what a great end. Tell her, Mr. Raffles, I'm sure the tale will be as new to them as it was to me.
Well, I'm sure you'll remember the tremendous excitement there was over the Australian Test match at the time. It seems that the result of the crucial game was expected on Atkinson's last day on Earth, and he couldn't rest until he knew it. we pulled it off, if you recollect, and he said it would make him swing happy.
A little more of the Johannesburger, Raffles?
Oh, thank you, my lord.
Now, tell them what else he said.
Well, evidently, the chaplain was upset that the fellow should show excitement over a mere game when the gallows were looming. But Atkinson simply shrugged and said, "Why, it's the first thing they'll ask me at the other end of the drop."
That's a new one on me, but I'm gratified to hear it. I always thought the man would die gamely.
Did you know anything about him then, Kingsmill?
Mr. Kingsmill led for the crown, my lord.
You might say that I measured the fellow's neck.
It was not, I believe, a sympathetic case.
No, not at all.
Well, that must have been a comfort to you.
It's not always animosity that drives the forces of the law, Mr. Raffles.
Out west, there's no time for animosity. It's Bible law, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Well, that's all very well in cases of murder. But how may Bible law be enacted in cases of libel, for example? Should the slanderer be punished by having his victim slander him?
Or the swindler? Should he be swindled?
Or the burglar, burgled? Oh, here's the champagne.
I must confess, of all the criminal types I'm called upon to defend, I have a soft spot for the enterprising burglar.
Must be the breeziest branch of the business.
Would you describe Bill Sykes as breezy, Mr. Raffles?
Bill Sykes? Breezy? Rather not, eh?
Well, I bow to the wealth of assembled knowledge, but I'd always believed Bill Sykes to be a character of fiction.
Have you something against fiction, Mr. Raffles?
Oh, not at all, Parrington. As long as the characters are imprisoned in their pages, so to speak. I'd not like to think of Sykes straying from a copy of Oliver Twist left carelessly open.
Rather not.
Sykes was prehistoric. A lot of blood's flowed under the razor since the days of Sweet William.
There's been that old demon Peace, of course.
William and Charles. Dead monarchs, the pair of them. Now, the reigning king in their department is, in my humble estimation, that fellow who gutted poor Danby's place in Bond Street a couple of years back.
Him? I know him well.
What?
What did you say?
I know him well.
The thief?
Oh, good Lord, no. Danby, the Bond Street jeweller. Always go to him if I want a decent present for someone.
Here, Manders, let me pat you on the back.
Quite a coincidence your knowing Danby, Raffles.
Why, my lord?
Well, don't you also know the Milchester people, where Lady Melrose had her necklace stolen a few months later?
Of course. As it happens, I was there at the time. Weren't we, Bunny? Quite a coincidence, eh?
And I suppose you're going to tell us that you have an account at the City and Suburban Bank in Sloane Street.
The place where the strong room was broached last Easter. No, I haven't, I'm afraid. But Bunny has, haven't you, old boy?
May I ask why you mentioned those 3 crimes in particular, my lord?
Because, Inspector, we believe that all of them were committed by the same man.
Oh?
You don't say so. Jove, what a bounder! I'd give my right arm to meet him.
Amputation may not be necessary.
No?
No.
Well, you mean you know who it is?
Not only that, we believe he might be visiting this very house.
What? Now?
What a joke.
Well, that depends on your point of view, eh, Bunny?
I think you had better tell what you mean, my lord.
I'm hoping that before the evening's out it will become evident.
You mean he intends to burgle the house, Uncle?
There's a thought, Thornaby. You never thought of that. He's quite a joker, you know.
If he's got wind of our meeting, it would be just the sort of thing he'd do.
But you know perfectly well he...
What, my lord? What do we know perfectly well?
It would be an ideal opportunity, my lord, to effect a robbery with us all sat down here at the table.
Wouldn't it just?
Very well. No harm in making sure. Leg it.
My lord.
Make sure my study's secure, will you, and all the rooms upstairs.
At once, my lord.
Oh. Now, what were we talking of?
Theft, my lord.
Of course. Who of us was it who seduced the rest from the main stream of blood into this burglarious backwater? Tell me, Raffles, are you familiar with De Quincey's masterpiece on murder as a fine art?
I believe I may have read it once.
You must read it again. It's the last word on a great subject.
But within a few moments, the venerable butler was standing again at his lordship's elbow.
Well, what is it, Leggett? Speak up, for heaven's sake, man.
Unable to enter
What?
lordship's study.
What?
Secured already.
But-
And the bedroom locked on the inside.
Oh, what nonsense is this? Are you out of your mind, man? You know quite well those doors are never locked.
Begging lordship's pardon. No.
Perhaps it would be prudent to investigate, my lord.
Yes, by thunder. Follow me, gentlemen.
Well, Bunny, aren't you coming to see the fun? I'm not sure that I'm up to it, Raffles. Nonsense. Didn't I tell you this visit would be educational?
I don't understand it. I never lock this door. I don't even know where they keep the key.
Well, someone's locked it, Uncle.
Could it have been one of the other servants?
Well, it's a possibility, I suppose. Leggett! Send for William, will you?
Very well, my lord.
Now then, let's...
That will be no use, my lord.
Why, for heaven's sake?
If I'm not mistaken, this door's not locked at all.
What?
It's been wedged with a gimlet, I think.
You mean from inside?
Exactly. You can smash the door down, but you'll never force it.
What was that about a gimlet?
An old housebreaker's trick, sir. They jam the door to make sure they're not disturbed at their work.
You mean there's a burglar in there?
There may be.
What's up?
Something very strange is up, as you put it, Raffles.
Really? What?
The door's been jammed from the inside.
From the inside? Oh, surely that
William,
means...
have you locked this door?
No, my lord.
Or jammed it in any way?
No, my lord, but I wouldn't know how.
Oh, very well, you can go. No, wait.
Oh, my lord.
We'll have to smash the door down. We'll need you, William.
Isn't this exciting?
Is there a rope ladder in the house?
Yes, we keep one in case of fire. Why?
The study has a window, I suppose.
Of course.
Is there a window above it?
Yes, in the box room.
Then leave the door alone. I'll get down the rope ladder and smash the window in.
Oh, but isn't that awfully dangerous?
I'm an active man, Raffles.
And a most resourceful one.
What do you mean by that?
Have you done this before, old chap?
You're drunk.
Yes, a little, perhaps.
Here, you.
Yes, sir.
Fetch the rope ladder and bring it up to the box room.
Yes, sir.
He has a lot of energy, that Mr. Parrington. How refreshing to find a man of letters, such a man of action, too.
The Wild West novelist executed an exemplary descent by means of the rope ladder. We gathered in the box room to see him safely down, and craned our necks to see him smash the narrow window and crawl inside.
Well, Paddington?
There's no one here. You were right, Mackenzie. There's something stuck in the lock here.
That'll be the gimlet, my
I'll
lord.
try and get it free.
Oh, yeah. Come along, let's go.
Like so many overgrown schoolboys, we tumbled out of the box room and rushed downstairs again to await the opening of his lordship's study door.
There!
I'm confoundedly in your debt, Paddington.
Come in, my lord. Come in, gentlemen.
Has anything been touched?
Come in and see for yourself.
His lordship saw for himself. We all saw for ourselves.
There it is, sir. Golly, Uncle. What a mess.
Yes.
To refer to the sight that met our eyes as a mess was an understatement. The room was in a most eloquent disorder. Drawers had been pulled out and now stood on end, their contents heaped upon the carpet. Cupboard doors stood open, papers and documents strewed the floor. A pretty ormulu clock lay damaged among the splinters of the broken window. It was evident that the thief had been disturbed at his work, was probably indeed still engaged upon it when we came upstairs. I was not the only one to arrive at this conclusion.
Aha!
Oh, have you found something, Inspector?
This clock, my lord.
Oh, is it broken? Oh, well, it can't be helped. It used to stand on that table by the window. I dare say our intruder knocked it over when he broke in.
Did it keep good time?
Of course it did. I'm a busy man, Inspector. I don't keep clocks simply for decoration, you know.
In that case, my lord, we can pin down the time of the robbery with some precision.
Good Lord, yes. It stopped, you see, at 9:20.
Why, that's only 10 minutes ago.
Well, he can't have got far. Your telephone, my lord.
Yes,
With your
of course.
permission, I'll ring for assistance.
By all means, Leggett, show the Inspector to the library.
Oh, yes, my lord. This way, sir.
I say.
There is much missing, Thornaby.
Well, I don't know. It's difficult to say. I can't be sure, but I can't see he's taken anything, you know.
I say.
What a stroke of luck.
It's a good job we acted promptly. Well, some of us, at least.
I say, what used to be in this tin trunk, Uncle?
Oh, that? Simply my peer's robes and coronet.
Put by for the next coronation, eh?
May it long be delayed.
Oh, amen to that.
Amen, yes.
What do you mean, used to be?
It's empty, Uncle.
What?
Well, it is.
Now, who in the world would wish to take my robes? They are damned heavy, as I know to my cost. They must have been the very devil to carry off.
It's almost as if someone wanted to play a joke on you, my lord.
Yes.
And I think we can all guess who it is.
You mean...
Our mysterious cracksman, eh? He of Danby's and Milchester and the City and Suburban.
He must have got wind of our meeting here. Jove, but I admire his pluck.
Jove, yes.
My lord, I believe you've lost your bet.
What? Oh, that. Yes, indeed.
What bet was that, my lord?
Oh, nothing, Raffles, nothing that need concern you. Not now. Simply that I underestimated someone, or overestimated them. I'm not sure which.
Some of my men will be round directly, my lord.
Oh,
and there'll be a watch kept on the streets for suspicious customers.
It's hardly worth your while, Inspector. There's very little missing.
That's not the point, my lord, as you well know. A crime has been committed.
Quite right, Inspector. Yes. You must do your duty.
Well, my friends, there's nothing to be gained by staying here. Our dinner was only half finished, and I, for one, propose to complete it.
Well said, my lord.
I owe you an apology, Raffles.
For what, my lord?
Damned frustrating, I know, but I can't tell you. But it's none the less sincere for all that.
The interrupted dinner was resumed. The events of the evening seemed to have stimulated the members of the Criminologist Club and prompted them to new heights of hospitality. I believe that they were not the only ones to be relieved that the game of cat and mouse was over, though heaven knows how much his lordship had lost on his wager. I heard Kingsmill telling Raffles the best time to catch him at Chambers and promising him a seat in court for any trial he might like to hear. Parrington spoke of a presentation set of his books, and as for Lord Thornaby, I did hear the name of the Athenaeum Club and a reference to his friends on the committee. The police worked on upstairs the while, and Mackenzie had still not reappeared when Raffles and I took leave of our hosts.
The fog's cleared. It's quite a pleasant night.
You know, Raffles, I think that was the most extraordinary stroke of luck.
What, oh man?
Well, that burglary. It got us off the hook completely.
Do you know, Bunny, I think I'd like one more drink before turning in. Well, let's go back to your rooms. There's something I'd like you to see.
Whiskey and soda, Raffles?
Excellent.
Now, Raffles, there's a lot I want to discuss with you. Oh, don't get your eyes stuck to that wretched telescope again.
Shan't be a minute, old man.
What are you doing, Raffles? The stars are up there.
I'm watching a small drama being enacted. It's called The Observer Observed.
What are you talking about?
Is that my drink? Oh, thank you. Oh. Here, see for yourself.
Good Lord, it's Mackenzie.
The very same.
But that's Lord Thornaby's study he's in.
With some of his minions scouring the place for clues. Such diligence. The man deserves to succeed.
For once I can say amen to that, Raffles.
Well, not so fast. There's a tale to tell.
Yes, I'm sure there is, but mine first, if you please. Now, I've been bursting to tell you all evening. On the way to Thornaby House... Now, wait a minute. How long have you known you could see Thornaby House from here?
Oh, for several weeks now.
Since we received those invitations?
Round about then, old boy.
So that was why you bought the telescope?
One of the reasons.
But why did you...
Bunny, half a minute ago you were bursting to tell me something. Now, what is it?
Simply that I overheard Kingsmill and Parrington talking on the way to dinner. It was quite clear that this whole evening was set up as a trap.
Yes?
Yes. And if you hadn't got so tipsy, you'd have seen me making signals at you. And then you would have...
What's the matter with you, Bunny? You sit mute all evening, and now you're so full of talk you're positively incoherent.
You're sober, Raffles.
Is that so unusual?
Well, you weren't sober half an hour ago. You've hardly been sober since the evening began.
On the contrary, old man, not a drop has passed my lips till now. I emptied my glass quite often, it's true, but his lordship's potted plants received the benefits of his cellar, for this evening at least.
It's almost as if you knew.
I did, dear Bunny, I did. I saw through those wiseacres from the first, and determined to play them at their own game.
I suppose it would have been too much to have let me in on your secret.
You did very well as it was, old stick.
I could have helped you, Raffles.
Huh.
In 100 ways. You can't anticipate everything, you know.
I thought I made a fair shot at it.
Well, even you could not have anticipated the burglary.
I fear I did.
I don't believe you, A.J. How could you have done?
Because I executed it myself, old sport.
You what?
Oh, there was no other way. As dear old Nabs used often to remark, if one wants something done properly, it behoves one to do it oneself.
But how could you have done it, Raffles? You were there all the time.
Ah, listen and learn, oh Bunny. The time was easily dealt with. I performed the robbery earlier this evening, having gleaned by judicious use of this instrument all I needed to know about the habits of the household. At 6:45, his lordship changes, and the valet puts away his clothes. Well, this evening, the valet skimped his work. There's probably something to do with an urgent message he received from his girl.
Oh, A.J.
At 7, the room was empty. I was in the garden, fresh from my role as messenger boy. I had my cane with me, the one with the extending rods, and round my waist was wound a fine manila rope, complete with foot loops. You know my methods, Bunny. I was in and out in 5 minutes. I would have been quicker, but I felt obliged to fold his lordship's clothes neatly up and put them away. I had no wish for the valet to get into trouble. As it is, all he has to do is keep his mouth shut.
And the clock?
It's the oldest trick in the book. I'm surprised Mackenzie fell for it. I simply set the time I wished and dashed the thing to the ground. Well, that part was a particular pleasure. I've never cared a great deal for Ormolu. So, all that remained was to clean up, scoot round the front of the building, and present myself at mine host's.
But the robes. What did you do with the robes? And the coronet?
Oh, them? Oh, they'd already gone.
Raffles, you're speaking in riddles.
Oh, tonight was difficult enough without having to bother about the velvet and ermine. No, I popped in and out last night and got those. A sort of dress rehearsal, don't you know?
Well, where are they, A.J.? Where did you hide them?
If I'm not much mistaken, I saw them cluttering up your landing just now.
My landing?
I promised you some new curtains, I seem to remember. Do you fancy a nice shade of plum?
In The Criminologists Club by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Henry Stamper played Inspector Mackenzie, David March, Lord Thornaby, Blaine Fairman, Parrington, and Michael Tudor Barnes, Kingsmill. Ernest was Simon Hewitt, Leggett, Norman Bird, William, Paul Sir, and the porter, John Sampson. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, and the production was by Gordon House. Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles and Michael Cochrane as Bunny. The Field of Philippi.
Doesn't the sight of those colours take you back, Bunny?
It does, unfortunately.
What's this? Don't you feel any affection for the old place?
I must confess, A.J., that I wouldn't care if I never saw it again in my life.
We stood on the platform at Euston, Raffles and I, waiting to take our seats on the train which was to take us back to school. For my companion had rashly broken one of his self-imposed rules and had undertaken to play for the old boys in their annual match against the school's first 11. I, much against my will, had agreed to accompany him. Glancing around me at our fellow passengers, many of whom wore the old school colours, but none of whom I recognized, I began to regret my decision.
You're in a very sour mood this morning, Bunny, if I may say so. Look about you, man, at these solid citizens with whom you have so much in common. Look behind those whiskers and spectacles and fat cigars and embonpoint and see the boy eternal.
I can't do it, Raffles, and I'm not sure I want to.
Then amuse yourself by thinking how many bushy bourgeois eyebrows would be raised if you were to inform them how you came by that watch and chain or that cigarette case of yours.
Hush, Raffles.
I must confess, I often have it in my mind to climb to the top of a high building and shout aloud, "Gentlemen, do you recall the case of the Thimbleby diamonds?"
Not so loud.
Or the break-in at Danby the jewellers?
Raffles, I beg
No? Well, then what about the theft of the Melrose necklace?
A.J., people will hear.
Well, I would shout the police, or more particularly Inspector Mackenzie of the Yard, believe that all these crimes and several more besides are the work of the same hand. Nonsense, you say? No, it is not nonsense, for I can confirm this theory. They were all the work...
Raffles, now there's a demon in you today, and if you don't exorcise it pretty soon, I swear you'll be travelling up on your own.
Wouldn't be polite, Bunny. Not after I've bought the tickets. Here, this looks a likely compartment.
Oh.
Now, where's that damn porter got to with our luggage?
Oh, here he comes, A.J.
There you are, Governor.
Thanks.
Wait till I tell him at home that I've carried your kit for you, Mr. Raffles.
Oh, you follow the game, then?
Oh, when I can, sir. When I saw you bowl the great Dr. Grace for a duck once, well, the crowd went half mad, they did.
Ah, yes. Well, you're going back a few years, my friend. At our last encounter, sad to say, he smote me hip and thigh.
Well, we all of us has our off days. Oh, even railway porters.
Give the man half a crown, Bunny.
Raffles,
Well, thank you kindly, Mr. Raffles. May I wish you fair weather, sir, and a good turning wicket.
You may. You may. Now, with a bit of luck, we may keep this compartment to ourselves.
But I thought you wanted to mingle, Raffles.
Once we're there, I swear I'll mingle with the best will in the world. But I prefer to travel in silence. Even when I was a lad, I painted measles on my face to keep a compartment empty. Pass me the paper, will you, old man?
But the idyllically silent journey of my friend's desire was not to be. As the time of departure approached, the compartment filled with middle-aged gentlemen wearing the familiar colours of our old school.
Calthorpe, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
You don't remember me? Bodley Turts.
Good heavens. Buffy!
The same.
Oh, you put on a bit of weight since we last met, eh?
You're not exactly Apollo yourself, old man.
Ah, well.
What's happened to that thatch of red hair you used to have, eh? No one would call you Carrots now, eh?
Oh, look! There's Lapwing, if I'm not mistaken. Ahoy there! Lolly, old chap! Come in here! Plenty of room! Come on in, hand me your bag. Come on in, sit here down.
The journey was Gehenna to my sensitive soul. Raffles, however, always the most sociable of men, determined to enter into the spirit of the event, and before the train set us down at our destination was swapping stories with the best of them, as if he were their boon companion, and sought no better company.
Down the wicket, snorted and glanced to leg.
I say, that's a good one, eh? I've never heard a better.
Oh, you're a good fellow, Raffles, and no mistake. Why haven't you joined us every year?
No pressures of work, you know.
What exactly do you do, old man? Besides the cricket, I mean.
Raffles,
I'm a sort of financier.
Oh, you know, it's a dashed interesting line of country, that.
Unchanged, do I take it?
Not exactly.
Where do your interests lie, then?
In the redistribution of wealth.
Oh, excellent. Rob the rich and give to the poor, eh?
Something like that.
Well, I shan't press you further. You financial genres are all so damn close. But I guess you're turning up this weekend to see about the fund.
Fund? What fund?
There you see. Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. By George, Raffles, I'll wager you play an excellent hand of poker.
We'll save that for the return journey, but please won't anyone tell me what fund?
Perhaps he really doesn't know. Well, then you'd better tell him, old boy.
Well, next year's the old school's bicentenary, and I'm sure you know. Yeah. It's been proposed that some of us should subscribe to mark this epoch with some suitable tribute in bronze.
To wit, a statue of our pious founder. Well, what do you think of the plan?
It's an excellent idea. I'm all for statues and such, and so is Bunny. Aren't you, old chap?
Me?
Oh, yes.
Well, may we put your names on the subscription list?
Of course. Put us both down.
But Raffles...
what's more, we'll do our best to spread the word, see if we can't come up with something special to celebrate 200 years of birch and willow. Well, as I recall, our founder was rather a severe-looking old cove.
Absolutely.
I'd give a lot to put a smile on his face.
You know, our friend here has such a gift of the gab, I think we should ask him to speak at our meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Meeting? What meeting?
Well, the meeting we've called to discuss this proposal. We're holding it tomorrow in Assembly, after stumps are drawn.
Oh, now, hold on. I'm not much of a one for meetings and things of that sort.
Nonsense. Just tell them what you told us. Get them laughing. That's the secret. And then they'll soon cough up the reddies.
That's right.
Raffles, you've gone too far. Not only have you saddled us with a thumping great subscription...
Well, no sums were mentioned, old man.
Well, they didn't need to be. These are rich, prosperous men, Raffles. They'll expect more than a couple of sovs, you know.
I think they'll be grateful for anything we can give them.
We can't even afford that, AJ. I don't think you've any idea how badly off we are.
Well, how badly off are we, Bunny?
We've bills a yard long at the club for a start, and rents to pay,
Well,
not to
we'll
mention...
put something in hand as soon as we return, I promise. There's one or two little plans I have afoot. But I must confess, this idea of a statue appeals to something deep in my soul. I've always loved the things. One of my earliest memories is of my father taking me to see the Nelson Monument unveiled in '67. I've always regretted that no one's ever put up a statue to one in my line of business.
No, I don't think that's likely to change, Raffles.
But imagine it, Bunny. Dick Turpin or Captain Kidd or Spring-Heeled Jack celebrated in stone, Charlie Peace immortalized in bronze. I'd go a long way to see such a thing.
I dare say you would.
But meanwhile, I must be content to ensure that the old school lays on something special for its beloved and virtuous founder. Whatever his name was. Good Lord.
What?
Isn't that Soapy Sudborough?
My heart sank as I beheld the approach of a tall and ungainly figure, the stolid set of whose lantern jaw aroused in me many an unpleasant and painful memory.
You're right. It's that rotter Sudborough who used to be head prefect in my first year. He's given me more thrashings than I care to remember. Hey, don't let him see us.
Oh, why not? He won't thrash you now, Bunny, I promise. I shan't let him.
But that's not the point, Raffles. The man was a stiff-necked, pig-headed, self-opinionated brute, and probably still is. People like Sudborough seldom change for the better.
I had no cause to love him either, Bunny. He tried to have me expelled once, damn his eyes. But that's water under the bridge. We mustn't persist in these ancient feuds. Let's give the fellow a chance, eh? Hey there, Soapy! Soapy!
Were you shouting at me?
Well, there's no one else in the immediate neighbourhood, Soapy, old scout, so I suppose I was.
My name is Sudborough, sir.
I knew it must be you. The way you hold your head as if you had a nasty smell under your nose. It hasn't changed, you know. Soapy Sudborough, I said. Old Soapy Sudborough, as I live and suffocate, didn't I, Bunny?
Yes, you did, AJ.
I don't think I have the pleasure of your acquaintance, sir.
There's really no need to sir me, you know, Soapy. It's your old friend, Raffles, A.J. Raffles, remember? I was captain of cricket when you were head of school.
Really? Perhaps. I don't recall. I was never much interested in cricket. And you can't expect someone who had my responsibilities to remember every Tom, Dick...
And Harry, you were going to say. Well, let me remind you of one of them. Harry Manders here.
If you don't remember Raffles, Sudborough, you're even less likely to remember me.
I dare say.
Are you off so soon? We'll walk along with you, if you don't mind.
Oh, I can't stop you.
Do you know, even after a dozen years or so, I'm really surprised you don't remember me, Soapy old chum. You reported me to the head at one time for smoking and gadding about the town of an evening. Unfortunately, the old man cared more for the performance of the cricket 11 than for the niceties of schoolboy behaviour, and I was let off with a flogging. You sure you don't remember me? Or even young Manders here?
I have rather more pressing matters to think about.
Well, so have I, to be frank. But some memories persist, you know. Didn't your father run the local bank? Sudborough's?
It's Sudborough and Sons now.
Indeed. My congratulations. In the provinces, an ampersand is as good as a title, I'm told. Sudborough and Sons, eh? Think of that, Bunny.
And now I must keep an appointment with the headmaster. He often calls on me for advice. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Well, of all the...
Yes, Bunny, you were going to say?
The pompous, patronising swine. Well, why didn't you punch him on the nose or throttle him?
Well, my fingers itched a little, I must admit. But I remembered in time that our mission here is one of goodwill and comradeship.
Not to remember you. I mean, the best cricketer the school ever had?
Oh, he recognised me all right, Bunny. But I'm a ghost from his past, and the easiest way with ghosts is to pretend they don't exist. Do you remember how Caesar appeared to Brutus before the big battle? Told him he would see him at Philippi? He did, too. The ghosts from one's past are persistent creatures. You turn your back on them, but there they are, breathing over your shoulder. They don't like to leave old scores unsettled. Why are you smiling?
Well, I can't see that Sudborough has much in common with Brutus, AJ.
Nor I with Caesar. I'm not dead, for a start, and I was never much of a hand at Latin. No, well, perhaps I'm taking it all rather too seriously. We came here for the game, and the game we shall have. All the same, I think if I imagine the ball tomorrow to be Sudborough's fat head, I might come up with a 6 or 2.
Alas for his hopes. When a great cricketer plays out of his class, the occasional reversal is to be expected. The following morning, Raffles was bowled for a duck, and most of the afternoon his bowling was lustily hit by a delighted school 11 into every corner of the field. However, not even this indignity seemed to dampen his spirits. That evening, in the big assembly hall, he addressed the old boys with great humour and aplomb.
So I ask you, gentlemen, to dig deep into your pockets, your wallets, your purses, and I do not exempt the time-honoured teapot or the old sock hidden under the bed. Wherever you're pleased to keep your money, even if it rests in no less a place than the Bank of England, nay, even if it be in the safekeeping of Sudborough and Son. I beg you will spare a little of it for such a worthy cause. Everyone's support is needed. The well-off and the not-so-well-off, and that is why we've decided that there will be no fixed subscription. All contributions will be anonymous. Simply place your copper or silver or gold in the big cricket cup, also known as the Rose Bowl, which you'll see in the lobby as you leave the hall. It's our aim to fill that pot, gentlemen, with Her Majesty's portrait. The more, the merrier.
Here comes that proper Raffles.
You wish to speak, Mr. Sudborough?
Yes. Forgive me, gentlemen. I fear I cannot compete with Mr. Raffles in the matter of achieving easy laughter. But I hope to introduce a breath of common sense into this somewhat emotional debate.
Sudborough spoke, I later learned, for over an hour. He spoke with great vigour at the top of his voice. Why, he asked, spend money on a man who had been dead 200 years? What good could it do him or the school? Besides, he was only technically the founder. He had not founded a great public school. He had merely founded a little country grammar school, which had pottered along for a century and a half. The great public school was the growth of the last 50 years, and no credit to the man we proposed to celebrate in bronze. He spoke well, and I had no doubt that many present were persuaded by his arguments. Raffles listened with furrowed brow at the back of the hall for 10 minutes or so. Then I saw him slip away. As soon as I felt I could, I too withdrew from the meeting and went in search of him. I found him in the dormitory corridor, by the very window where so often in the past I had waited for him to return from one of his nocturnal exploits.
Raffles?
Ahoy there!
A rope coming down now, Raffles.
Splendid. Thank you, Manders. Oh, lack a day. I fear I'm something less than my usual sure-footed self tonight. I knocked over something rather noisy in crossing dear old Nabs's garden, too. 10 to 1 it roused him. he'll be on my tail.
Hurry up, then.
Less than my sure-footed self.
Too loud, Raffles.
The jacket? Yes, I suppose it is. But dash it all, it's not your place, boy, to criticise.
Hush!
What is it?
Someone's coming up the stairs.
Nabs?
I think so.
Quickly, then.
No, wait! The other way, this way.
How do you know?
I sprinkled sugar on the left-hand stair.
Dear
He's gone the long way round.
Nabsy McNab. He never caught me. That was the closest he ever came, and he failed thanks to you. You were a brick in those days, Bunny, and a brick you've remained. A man never had a better friend.
This man did, Raffles.
You know, I've a mind to make the run again to town and back, just for old time's sake, you know. Only this time, you can come with me.
Oh, but Raffles, I really
Indulge an old man's whim this once, eh, Bunny? It never was much of a drop, and now there's flower beds to break our fall. It was cobbles then, I remember.
I watched him drop into the shadows, and only hesitated a moment before following him.
Good. This way.
It was dark by now, and the street lamps were lit in the little town. For a while we walked aimlessly through the empty streets, enjoying the peace and the silence. Then Raffles suddenly stopped.
We're here.
Where?
Our destination, Bunny, old man. The field of Philippi, where old scores are settled.
Raffles, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
You will, Bunny, you will. Now, give me a leg up, there's a good fella.
Where are we?
At the back wall of Sudborough's. Or Sudborough and Sons, I should say, bankers of this parish. Now, no more questions, Bunny, and give me a hand.
In a trice he was over the wall, and had pulled me up after him. Together we crouched in a small walled garden, at the rear of what looked for all the world like a private house.
I thought as much, Bunny. These small provincial banks are not like those battleships we have in town. I've always balked at tackling one of those from the outside, as you know. This is simply a bricks and mortar job. We'll have it open in a trice.
Even as he spoke, he was up and working at the catch of a window with his penknife. And soon I heard that old metallic snap, followed by the raising of a sash so slowly and gently as to be almost inaudible.
Best you wait here, Bunny. Huh? No point having two sets of feet to trigger the alarms, if alarms there be. Now, if there's any trouble from outside, don't stand on ceremony. Just give a loud whistle to warn me, and then leg it over into the next garden and back to school.
But don't you need any help?
I hope not, for the moment. But later, if all goes well, I'll need a pair of strong arms.
Oh.
Jove, but the stars are bright tonight. Should have brought your telescope, old man.
And with that he vanished into the darkness of the deserted building. The minutes passed like hours, though I have the confirmation of my watch that only a quarter had elapsed before Raffles was by my side once more, and I saw the gleam of his teeth in the moonlight as he smiled in satisfaction.
A goodish haul, Bunny, and all with skeleton keys. Everything's back as I found it. Do you know, I believe I've been wasting a great deal of raw cunning in town all this time, while the good burghers of the provinces have been waiting with open arms for their safes to be cracked. And this place had everything but welcome inscribed on the mat. Here, I said I needed some strong arms. Take this bag.
Right.
And this. Oh. And this.
Good Lord.
The initials are Sudborough's. Like a good fellow, he stows his luggage neatly in the attic. You see? He was even thoughtful enough to provide us with means of transportation. I've a nasty feeling I misjudged our soapy friend, Bunny. At heart, he's the most helpful of fellows.
We made our way back to the school through deserted streets, and an odd couple we must have looked, laden with luggage enough for the grand tour itself.
Here's the gate. Oh, we're home and dry. Now to see if the meeting's still in progress. Sudborough was well into his stride when we left, and good for another 40 minutes at least.
Right.
No, wait! It's pointless to carry more than we need, and these bags weigh a ton. Hide all but one in the bushes here. We'll come back for them later. There's the ticket. Now, follow me.
We legged it round the courtyard, flitting from shadow to shadow, until we stood beneath the open windows of the assembly hall. To our relief, the meeting was still in progress.
The man's still talking, thank the Lord. Well, now it's just a matter of dumping these sovereigns in the Rose Bowl and making our way back into the hall by another route. Wait here for me, Bunny.
No. Eh? You are quite insufferable sometimes, Raffles. You seem to think it's a sort of divine right of yours to take all the risks, while I'm supposed to sit on the boundary and applaud.
What's got into you, Bunny?
I've had enough. I want to take some risks for a change.
By all means, my old rabbit. What do you want to do?
Well, I'll take the money in.
Very well, old sport, but it's not something that's fraught with hazards, you know.
Well, it will do. Now give me the case.
Very well. Here.
I shan't be a minute.
Elated by my sudden attack of bravado, I moved fleetly across the last open stretch of the courtyard, hovered for a second in the porch, then pushed open the swing doors of the assembly block and entered the panelled lobby, where the names of every first 11 for the past 50 years were meticulously inscribed like so many laundry lists, and wall and shelf were aglow with the polished silver of a score or so of trophies. In the centre of this display, its pièce de résistance, as it were, stood the great silver rose bowl of the Inter-House Cricket Trophy, inscribed with the name of every winning team and its captain. Raffles' name, I knew, featured prominently upon it, and I smiled to realize that this, in his eyes, contributed considerably to the jest in hand. I reached up to deposit my treasure inside it, when suddenly the door of the assembly hall opened, and Sabra himself appeared, looking more than usually self-satisfied, the imaginary smell beneath his nostrils raising his head to even greater heights. He turned aside to find his hat and coat among the overcrowded pegs. In those few seconds, I jammed the case I carried firmly into the rose bowl, and was out of the doors as if every hound in hell snapped at my heels.
Well, did you do it?
Yes. You know, Raffles, I've changed my mind. I think I'll be quite content to leave the dangerous stuff to you in future.
Dangerous? How?
Sabra, look! Get down!
I flatter myself I got that point across rather well.
I don't think he noticed anything.
No, I dare say he's too full of himself to notice anything more subtle than a full charge of cavalry. Good. Our luck's holding. We're now to collect our own spoils and route them indoors as soon as we can. There are the cases, just as we left them.
Let me... Oh, thank you.
I've had enough thrills for one evening, Bunny. I propose we play safe and re-enter the old dormitory corridor in time-honoured fashion, hauling our loot in after us. It's dark enough, no one will see. But there's a score of places to hide it overnight. And we'll deal with the problem of shifting it in the morning. I think we might catch the milk train. I'm sure that old Calthorpe and Bodley and Lapwing ain't the sort to travel without a good breakfast inside them, so we'll avoid having company on the journey. There's the window of the dorm straight ahead, and still open. By golly, we've made it, Bunny.
Not so fast, my young friends. It's many years I've been seeking to catch you red-handed, and I've been mickle patient you can, but now the game is up.
Inspector Mackenzie.
Eh? What's that?
I think not, Bunny. Don't you recognize the voice of our old adversary?
Yes,
I'm plagued you don't recognize me, young sirs.
But I do, Mr. McNabb.
Nabs!
I ken well that's what you used to call me, my fine friend. Nabs by name and Nabs by nature, eh? I've waited many a year to catch you, Raffles, and it was a source of great frustration I never landed you during your school days when I could have thrashed that insolent young hide of yours. Never mind. I've done it at last and I can die happy.
Not for many years yet, I hope.
Well, I keep myself a trim, and I chase the present lads once in a while, and nab one or two of them now and again. But I've never had a worthy adversary like you were, Mr. Raffles.
And you gave me the best run for my money I ever had, sir.
But what are you up to now, may I ask? Why are you creeping around with those bags?
A sort of practical joke, isn't it, Bunny?
Yes, that's right.
I thought as much. I mind you were full of them. Now, I insist you come back to my house for a wee dram and a talk over old times.
Well,
Not another word. I insist.
We sat for an hour in Nab's room, drinking his excellent whisky,
the 3 heavy bags on the floor between us as a constant reproach to the secret life we now led, Raffles and I. As soon as we thought that the laws of polite behaviour had been well satisfied, we thanked our amiable host and left. We returned to the dormitory and hid our loot as well as we were able, then set off for the meeting once more. As we approached the place, we were surprised to hear voices uplifted in song.
Raffles and Manders too! Where have you been? We've been looking for you everywhere.
Needed a spot of fresh air, don't you know?
And you deserved it, old fellow. You deserve whatever you wish. We're home and dry, old chap.
Absolutely.
We've done it, old chap. We've collected enough for the statue.
We've collected enough for 2 statues. And we believe it was your oratory that swayed it.
But I thought that Sudborough was...
Difficult to tell about the fellow. I must say he seemed all agin it when he spoke.
Get them blow me down if he didn't come up with the most princely sum.
But wasn't it all meant to be anonymous?
Absolutely right, old man. But the fellow left his contribution in a bag.
And that bag had his initials on it.
So you see, anonymity went right out of the window, so to speak. What a splendid fellow he is. Don't you agree, Raffles?
Quite so, yes, splendid.
Look, they're cheering him. Let's join in.
Bunny.
Yes, Raffles?
Tell me it's not true. You didn't leave the money in the bag.
There was nothing else for it, Raffles. He almost caught me as it was. I mean, why? Does it matter?
It depends. Sudborough might easily put 2 and 2 together. But no. Perhaps not. But look at the fellow, Bunny. He's quite at sea. No one's ever hoisted him on their shoulders before or called him a jolly good fellow. I believe he'll let things rest. To have such admiration thrust upon one is the headiest of drafts.
Do you think so, A.G.?
I do. Indeed, it's the sort of thing one can easily get a taste for.
In The Field of Philippi by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Bernard Brown played Sudborough, Adrian Egan, Bodley, Steve Hodson, Calthorpe, John Baddeley, Lapwing, Michael Deacon, McNabb and the Porter, and James Dykes, Young Bunny. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, and the production was by Gordon House. Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles, Michael Cochrane as Bunny, and Anton Lesser as Medlicott. A Bad Night.
Damnation!
What is it, Raffles?
I've been selected for the 2nd test.
Why, congratulations, A.J.
It's not a matter of congratulations at all. It throws all my plans out of kilter.
Plans? What plans?
Oh, nothing that need concern you.
Well, if it's so important, can't you refuse?
Refuse? You mad, Bunny? One doesn't refuse a call like this. England is in trouble. I have to play.
That settles it, then.
Well, I won't deny I'm pleased to be asked. I hadn't thought to be called upon again. It's just so damned annoying the match falls on that particular day.
Oh? What day is that?
The 3rd Thursday in July.
I knew better than to ask what business Raffles had in mind for the 3rd Thursday in July. He would tell me eventually, if he felt I should be told, but he would never respond to cross-examination. I therefore bided my time, relaxing into one of the comfortable armchairs in his chambers and picking up a newspaper. Raffles, for his part, lit a Sullivan and paced the room like a tiger.
It wouldn't worry me if we weren't so hard up. Oh, forgive me, Bunny. I'm bad company today.
Not at all, old chap.
No, I am. I know it. It's just so deuced frustrating. I'd planned the job down to the last detail, you see, and now it's scuppered.
Now, when you say job, Raffles, I assume you mean...
The sort of work you wot of, Bunny. And never more pressing.
Well, can't it simply be postponed?
Not a hope, old man.
Ah. Well, perhaps you'd better tell me the whole thing, AJ.
It was something I was going to keep you out of, Bunny. But now I've had to draw stumps on it, I suppose there's no harm in your knowing.
Well, thank you very much.
I'll explain, and then you'll understand. Imagine, if you will, a mellow hermitage on the banks of the Mole. Living there, the family Medlicott. Does the name mean anything to you?
No, I can't say it does. Oh, unless you mean that young...
Exactly what I do mean. Young Spadger Medlicott. The most promising university bat in a dozen years.
But didn't he...
Yes, he ran into a bit of financial trouble a few years ago.
Yes, I remember. He took the coward's way out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no need to look at me like that, AJ. I am a privileged speaker. You forget that Spadger and I belong to a very exclusive club. I declared my membership on Waterloo Bridge, not much above a year ago.
At the Ides of March. I hadn't forgotten.
I found a friend when I needed one. Young Medlicott did not, apparently.
He turned to his family, what was left of it. His parents were dead. His expectations lay with an uncle who had acquired a vast fortune making patent bedsteads.
And he would not help.
He laughed him out of the house.
And may I assume this house lies on the banks of the Mole?
You may, Bunny. You may.
So, this intended exploit...
is in the nature of a grudge match.
I understand. But why is the date so important? I mean, surely you can rifle the possessions of Mr. Patent Bedsteads any time you wish.
Well, not to such effect. The Medlicotts are blessed with issue. One son, a sickly asthmatic fellow by all accounts, and a buxom young daughter. Now, the girl is to be married. The groom-elect is a prosperous son of the same suburban soil. The knot is to be tied at Hampton, and so copious is the number of the expected guests that for the ensuing shenanigans old Patent Bedsteads has been forced to hire a local hall. The house on the Mole will be empty for several hours that night, except for some slumbering servants, and the wedding presents. Now, these are of an intrinsic value worth a special transaction with the Colossus Burglary Insurance Company of Cheapside.
Raffles, how the deuce did you find all this out?
You must allow me some secrets, old man.
Yes. But may I assume the date of the wedding is...
the third Thursday in July.
And the test starts on
the third Thursday in July.
Well, perhaps you could...
But Old Trafford... I know you have a very rudimentary idea of the game, Bunny, but I guess even you know that Old Trafford happens to be inconveniently sited in the foothills of Mancunium.
200 miles away.
As the rook takes wing.
Well, I can understand your frustration, AJ.
Well, there's no use crying about it. I must concentrate on the other things, see if I can't do the old country proud.
Raffles?
Yes, my dear fellow?
If you've researched this business so thoroughly...
Every last detail, old man.
Wouldn't it be possible for me to undertake it?
What? Alone?
Well, you said yourself it was a simple job.
Couldn't be easier.
Well, you see, that business with Sudbury's bag, I really felt I let you down over that.
Oh, don't give it another thought, Bunny, old
No,
man.
I would be grateful for the chance to redeem myself.
Well, if that's really how you feel...
Yes, it is. It is.
I suppose I could give you a bit of coaching. Yes, now I come to think of it, there's really no reason why you shouldn't try this one on your own. Excellent. Let's have a drink on it.
Here was the opportunity I had dreamed of, to prove that in suburban Surrey, if not at Old Trafford, I was quite capable of filling his shoes.
Tomorrow I'll take you down to East Molesey and show you the place. We'll go over every foot of ground together. Preparation, Bunny. That's the secret of this one.
Now, you must allow me a little scope of my own, Raffles. I'm not simply a puppet, you know.
You'll find there's plenty of room to improvise. There always is, you know. Now,
well,
don't worry, Bunny. The last thing I wish to do is rob you of your moment of glory.
I had the unpleasant feeling that I was being ragged, but Raffles' smile only increased my determination to pull off a coup worthy of our long association. The days flew by, and the morning of the 3rd Wednesday of July found me bidding farewell to my friend and mentor through a carriage window as he prepared to depart for Manchester and the second test.
Don't treat the thing too lightly, Bunny. There's a fair chance the Colossus will have a man about the place.
I'll take care, I promise.
And don't be tempted to take a revolver. Here are the keys to my bureau. There's an old life preserver tucked away in there somewhere.
As he gave me his final instructions, I felt a strange resentment rising in my throat. I was his right hand, and yet he never hesitated to make me his cat's paw. This time, I thought as I took the cab from Euston to my rooms at Mount Street, this time at least I should be neither one nor the other. I was the understudy playing the lead at last, and I did not think that even Raffles could ever comprehend the gusto with which I intended to throw myself into the part. Thus I was first out of a crowded theatre train at Esher that following evening, and first down the stairs into the open air. The night was close and cloudy, and the road to Hampton Court, even though the suburban builder has marked so much of it for his own, is one of the darkest I know.
Whistle. Yes, that's the thing to do, whistle.
The first mile is still a narrow avenue, a mere tunnel of leaves at midsummer, but at that time there was not a lighted pane or cranny by the way. Naturally, it was in this blind reach that I fancied I was being followed. I stopped in my stride, and so did the steps I was sure I heard not far behind, and when I went on, they followed suit. Perhaps it was simply an echo, but I lost no time in getting quit of the avenue and coming out upon the straight and open road. On the bridge across the mole, I encountered a policeman.
Evening, sir?
Eh? Yes. Good evening.
Lovely night?
Yes, it is. Yes, lovely. No question. Beautiful. Sublime.
You all right, sir?
Yes, quite all right. Thank you.
I prudently affected to turn right at the bridge end, as if proceeding in the direction of Hampton Court Palace. Then, when I was sure the constable had moved on, retraced my steps and set off in the direction of East Molesey. At last I crept in at a garden gate and round by darkened windows to a back lawn drenched with dew. I felt in need of a rest before taking off my shoes and proceeding across the gravel to the conservatory door, beyond which the treasures lay. Feeling more like my friend and mentor by the minute, I allowed myself to be tempted by the comfort of a garden seat, conveniently placed beneath the spreading branches of a cedar. There I felt confident enough to strike a match on my trousers and light one of the shorter Sullivans, less on account of my need for a smoke than for my future delight in relating to Raffles himself this particular proof of my newfound sang-froid.
Who on earth are you? Who's there? Answer me.
I'm a detective, sent down from the Colossus Burglary Insurance Company of Cheapside.
The understudy had spoken the first few lines of his prepared part. That much at least was behind me. I screwed up my eyes against the darkness to see where this strange and laboured voice had come from. At last I spied an open window and a pale face, and I guessed that I was speaking to the young asthmatic son of the Medlicott family.
I don't see why they should have sent you down here. We're being quite well looked after by the local police. They're giving us a special call every hour.
I know that, Mr. Medlicott. I met one of them on the corner just now, and we passed the time of day, night.
Did you get my name from him?
No, they gave me that before I started.
You should have said you were here, you know.
I didn't intend anyone should see me, sir. Well, that's our new policy, you know. The fewer people know I'm here, the better. I'm detailed to keep a watch on the place all night, you see. But if you prefer me to keep off the actual premises, you only have to say...
No, not a bit of it. I should have gone along with the rest of them, but I felt an attack coming on, and I had no wish to be a spectre at the feast. I dare say I shall have to sit up till morning now. Look, why don't you come up here, and you can see me through. You can sit in comfort and kill 2 birds while you're about it.
I think...
Hold on there. I'll come down and let you in.
He disappeared from the window, leaving me in a cold sweat at this sudden turn of events. I was glad I had worn the bowler and shabby overcoat Raffles had provided, though this was as far as my disguise went. In all other respects, I resembled only what I was, a neatly groomed man about town with a distinctly nervous pallor. There was a striking of matches behind the leaded windows of an outer door along the path, and when it was opened, it was a figure of woe that stood within, and held an unsteady candle between our faces.
Come in. Come in.
Thank you, sir.
I have seen old men look half their age, and young men look double theirs. But never before or since have I seen a beardless boy bent into a man of 80, gasping for every breath, shaken by every gasp, swaying, tottering and choking, as if about to die upon his feet.
I shouldn't have come down. Made me worse. It'll be worse still going up again. You will keep me company, I hope? Good. Not half as bad as I look, you know. Got some good whiskey, too. I just checked on the presents. They're all right. But if they're not, you'll hear of it indoors sooner than out. Righto. Up the stairs here.
It must have taken us 5 or 6 minutes to climb that single flight of stairs. There was just room for young Medlicott to keep his arm in mine. With the other he hauled on the banisters. And so we ascended step by step, a panting pause on each, and a pitched battle for breath on the half-landing. At last we arrived in a cosy library, with an open door leading to a bedroom beyond. The effort had deprived my poor companion of the power of speech. His labouring lungs shrieked like the wind. He could just summon up enough energy to point to the door by which we had entered, and which I shut in obedience to his gestures, and then to the decanter and its accessories on the table. I gave him nearly half a glassful, and his paroxysm subsided a little as he sat hunched in a chair.
I was a fool to turn in when you're in for a bad night. Lying down is the devil. Oh, could you fetch me a cigarette?
Certainly.
No, not those. My special ones over there on the table.
Oh, these?
That's right, thanks. And now a match.
He had bitten off each end of the stramonium cigarette, and was soon choking himself with the crude fumes which he inhaled in desperate gulps, only to exhale in furious fits of coughing. It seemed less of a remedy than a form of lingering suicide, but by degrees some slight improvement became apparent, and at length my companion was able to sit upright and to drain his glass with a sigh of rare relief.
Thanks awfully. Pour yourself a glass, do. There's champagne, too, if you prefer it. Bottles of it.
No, whiskey will be fine, thank you.
You know, you don't look a bit like a detective.
Eh? Oh, well, that's part of the skill, you know. There'd be no point putting me in plain clothes if I still looked like, what I was. Now would there?
Yes, I suppose there's something in that. And I must say it reflects well on the insurance people, getting a man of your class to do their dirty work. But I reckon you didn't foresee this other business. You were a terrific help, you know. I'm very grateful to you.
No, please.
Oh, I say, I don't suppose you happened to bring down an evening paper?
Huh? Oh, no. Or rather, I bought one, but I'm afraid I left it in the train.
Oh, pity. Wanted to know how the test match was going.
Oh, I can tell you that. We went in first.
Oh, I know. I've seen the miserable score up to lunch. How many did we scrape altogether?
Well, we're scraping them still, I'm happy to say.
No. How many?
208 for 7.
Golly. Who made the stand?
Well, Raffles, for one. He was 62 not out at close of play.
Oh, good for him. Isn't that just like the great AJ, chosen last and as a bowler man, yet he can still teach him a lesson at the crease? the cricketer for me, by Jove. I say, let's have another drink in his honour.
Gladly.
Well, here's luck to A.J. Raffles, and may he get his century in the morning. To A.J. You know, I've often thought how grand it would be to know someone like Raffles. I'm a great believer in friendship, though I'm denied a wide circle of friends myself. I believe the friendship of a great man must rub off on a chap, make him a better person himself. Don't you agree?
Yes, it can happen.
Well, take the case...
My dear fellow, what can I do?
Amel, get my Amel tin on the shelf.
This?
No.
Oh, this.
Yes, this. Now, take a handkerchief, break one of those things.
Like this?
Yes, that's right, that's right. Now, give it to me. The amyl takes the blood from the heart, clears the whole show. For the moment. And, I say, what's up? You're listening to something. What is it?
I thought I heard a noise below.
The policeman?
No, indoors. In the room below.
I heard nothing.
Listen. Yes, there it is again. Did you hear it?
Yes. Look out of the window there. See if there's a light.
Right.
Can you see anything?
I think... No, it's black as pitch. No, wait.
What is it?
Well, I thought I saw a glimmer of a... Yes, by Jove, there it is again.
What?
Someone's down there with a light.
That's one of the rooms where the presents are.
You're sure it couldn't be?
One of the servants? No. We'd have heard them go downstairs. Look, anyway, no one has any business to be sneaking around down there at this hour of the night.
No, it's a thief and no mistake.
Well, what shall we do about it?
Leave it to me.
But I'd like to come...
No, I'm sorry, but... Well, your breathing will give us away. You know, there's a right way to tackle this, as I've learned from experience.
You've done this sort of thing before?
Well, in a way. And now the principle is to sneak up on a man before he turns round. What am I standing here talking for? I'll go down directly and catch him red-handed.
Wait!
Oh, what is it?
Take this. You may need it.
Good Lord.
Careful, it's loaded.
What on earth are you doing with a loaded gun?
I snatched it up when I saw you in the garden. I wasn't at all sure of you, you know. Not for some time. Well, I thought you might well be... Oh, never mind what I thought. I know now you're the truest and kindest of fellows. Well, don't just stand there with your mouth open. Take the thing.
I can't.
You need some means of protecting yourself.
I have a life preserver.
Good Lord. What a wicked-looking object. Do they issue you with that?
Yes.
Well, I'd prefer a revolver myself, but you know best. It's your job, after all.
Yes, it's my job. Well, I'll go now. Hang on to that pistol. If there's a scrap and I get the worst of it, you may have to use it.
Righto. The best of luck. Here, shake my hand, will you? You're a good fellow. Do you know, I've just realised I don't even know your name.
No, you don't.
You may well imagine with what mixed feelings I descended the stairs. Suffice it to say that fear and shame predominated. Fear of what lay ahead, and shame for what lay behind.
He shook my hand. Now that handshake has to be earned, Bunny, old man.
And yet, was I not about to prevent the very crime that I had been intent upon an hour before?
Oh, it's all too confusing. I must concentrate on the matter in hand.
What would Raffles think of me now, I wondered, on the lee side of the law for once in my life? I could imagine those dark brows raised, and the familiar smile at once mocking and quizzical, and his cool eye of appraisal. But I was sure he would understand my action, if only in terms of annihilating the competition.
Now, down the stairs one at a time, close to the wall where the planks are nailed.
I descended in silence. There was a door open in the hall, and now there was no mistake. A light was burning within, which did not flicker as I slid silently into the room. There was my quarry upon his knees with his back to me, stowing something into a bag. I hesitated for a moment, unwilling to hit an unsuspecting fellow creature. Then suddenly he turned upon me with bared teeth. I saw his evil face, and did not hesitate.
You blackguard! Well, it was either him or me. Something burning. Good heavens, he's been working with a candle stuck inside an opera hat, exactly the same as Raffles. Raffles? Raffles!
Is everything all right?
What? Oh, yes.
Have you dealt with the villain?
Yes, he's dealt with all right.
Can I come in?
Oh, I suppose so.
What did you do? Hit him on the head?
Yes.
Well done. I say, he's not dead, is he?
No. Hey? What did you say?
Well, he looks awfully still.
Raff?
Why did you say that?
What?
Raff.
I didn't say Raff.
Yes, you did. I heard you.
I didn't say Raff. I said Riff.
Riff?
Riff-Raff.
Oh, Riff-Raff. Well, he's certainly that. I've never seen anyone so evil-looking. And look at the state of his clothes. I feel almost sorry for him.
So do I.
If he's alive, of course.
Yes, he's alive, thank goodness.
You must have hit him pretty hard. I'm glad you didn't have to fight him.
Why not?
Well, frankly, I don't think you'd have won. And then I would have had to shoot him, and that would have landed us both in a pretty pickle.
Oh, look here, I think he's recovering. And if he should come round, well, that is suddenly, I'm not sure we'll be able to hold him.
No, he's a powerful-looking brute. But I suppose you could always hit him over the head again.
I'm afraid that wouldn't be ethical.
Oh, pity.
But look, that policeman of yours can't be too far away. Do you feel up to going to look for him?
Well, I suppose so. To tell the truth, I feel better than I've done all evening. The excitement, I suppose. But wouldn't it be better if you went for the bobby while I stay here with a revolver?
No.
Why?
Well, it's against the rules to hand a criminal over once he's been apprehended. Except to the police, of course.
Do you have a lot of rules? Very well. I'll go while I'm still feeling fit, eh? Before my poor old pipes strike up another tune.
Raffles!
Too, Bunny. Oh, mine own familiar friend.
Oh, then you weren't stunned. Thank heavens for that.
Well, of course I was stunned, you damn fool, and no thanks to you, I wasn't brained. Oh, why didn't you recognize me? You must have seen this kid a dozen times.
Raffles, you were the last person I was expecting to see. I don't even know what I'd have done if I had recognized you.
Arrested me on the spot and made our exit arm in arm. Oh, really, Bunny? Don't you ever learn anything?
Raffles, you were meant to be in Manchester. All the papers said you were in Manchester in the middle of knocking up some tidy runs for England.
So I was, my dear fellow. But rain stop play as it's rather apt to do in Manchester. At 5, I was on my way back to the hotel, wondering how you were feeling about your solo escapade, and yes, I suppose, worrying about you a little, and before I knew it, I found myself in the restaurant car, scurrying home.
I see.
Now, there's a 312 from Surbiton, which we could catch on all fours if the forces of law don't interfere with our plans. We shall be at Waterloo just after 3:30, and that will give me an hour at the Albany, on my way to Euston, and another hour at Old Trafford before play begins.
Raffles, please hurry.
Oh, one moment, my dear fellow. Young Medlicott's not exactly winged Mercury, you know, and I have to get rid of this Newgate fringe. It wouldn't fail to raise eyebrows, even in Surbiton.
Come on, AJ.
Right. Oh, I almost forgot. Pick up that bag, will you, as a sport? The very head and front of our business lies in there, although I have to admit it's rather a disappointing haul. The bride must have leapt straight from the altar and into her trinkets. Dash bad form, but probably par for East Molesey. Come along, old man, don't dawdle.
We left the darkened house undetected, and made our way over a dozen garden walls and down a long alley before proceeding by various zigzag routes to Thames Ditton, and thence to Surbiton. We walked in silence, bought our tickets with a minimum of instruction, and once on the train...
Raffles, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Raffles? He slept from Surbiton to Waterloo, slept on the cab to the Albany, then slumbered for an hour in his bed. I accompanied his sleeping form to Euston and deposited him on a train. And I have no doubt he slept all the way to Manchester and in the cab to Old Trafford. But once at Old Trafford, Raffles did not sleep, as the Australians found to their cost.
It says here, AJ, that it was the match of your life.
Well, perhaps the good old Morning Post got it right for once.
Well, it must be true if it's in the Post, Raffles. Oh, I say. Yeah, there's a piece in here about our other escapade.
The East Molesey treasure? Oh, yes, I saw it.
Raffles, I must know the truth.
Ah, what is truth, said jesting Pilate. Well, fire away.
Why did you really come back? Was it because you were worried about me, or because you didn't trust me, or because you always intended to do the job yourself?
I cannot tell a lie, Bunny. It was my concern for you, nothing else.
Are you sure?
Oh, my dear boy, I could have stopped you 12 times upon your escapade.
How?
On the Hampton Road for a start. You heard my footsteps, I think. It was careless of me.
What? That was you?
And when you had words with the policeman and went out of your way, I was able to get ahead. I was in the garden well before you, had a window prized, and was ready to go in when you arrived.
You saw me there?
Of course, dear boy. And when I saw you sit and light that Sullivan as if you hadn't a care in the world, I felt a distinct sense of pride in my pupil. Though you must promise me never to do such a thing again.
I don't think I want to go through any of it again, Raffles, and I want to forget it as soon as possible. As far as I'm concerned, it was a bad night all round.
Well, not so bad as all that. We avenged young Spadger. That was the main point of the exercise. As for our haul, we missed the trinkets, certainly, but there's 1 or 2 items here that were well worth the taking. These emerald links and this diamond comb are very bonny. And then there's this old silver skewer, too. I've been wanting one for years. They make the most charming paper knives in the world. And what about this little gold cigarette case? Don't you want it? Ideal for your smaller Sullivans, I'd have thought. No? Well, then, what about...
Raffles. Now, these are trinkets. And even if we gained a king's ransom, I still feel terrible about the way I betrayed the trust of that poor asthmatic creature. Why, it says here in the paper that it took him 30 minutes to get help. I mean, I can imagine him wheezing his way through the night, and all for my benefit.
I shouldn't feel too badly about it if I were you, Bunny. Betrayals come in many shapes and forms, you know.
What on earth do you mean?
Well, have you read the description he gave the police?
Of me? No.
It's there. It's in the final paragraph.
What's this? Receding chin, thinning hair, mean little eyes. Not quite a gentleman.
Must be true if it's in the Post, Bunny. And I don't think he was saying those things to put them off your track.
Then deuce take him for an impudent young swine. Raffles?
Yes, old man.
What were you saying about a gold cigarette case?
In A Bad Night by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles, and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Medlicott was played by Anton Lesser, and the constable was John Baddeley. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, and the production was by Gordon House. Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles and Michael Cochrane as Bunny. A Trap to Catch a Cracksman.
When a fellow's not engaged in his employment, or something, little plans, his capacity for innocent enjoyment. Oh, I am an old fiddly is just as great as any honest man's honest man. That is bath, eh? And bed. I think that's the order of the day, or rather, order of the night. Oh, damn the thing. Always rings when you're running a bath, I find. It's a damn nuisance. Oh, Manders here. Who's that? Look here, is this some kind of joke? Do you know what time it is? It's... Good heavens, it's 2:30 in the morning. This is no time to be...
Bunny.
What? Look here, who is this?
Bunny.
Raffles? It is Raffles, isn't it?
What's left of me. Bunny, I'm in trouble.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I need you here. Quick.
Oh, what on earth's happened?
Can't tell you. I never know who may be...
Raffles? Raffles, are you still there?
Still.
Yeah, well, I'll come at once. Where are you? At the Albany?
No, Maguire.
Maguire?
American prize fighter. Can't have forgotten we were met him at the Imperial Boxing Club. He took us home.
You're at Maguire's house now, in Half Moon Street?
Yes.
Well, what are you doing there, for heaven's sake?
What do you think?
Oh, Raffles, you promised.
I couldn't resist it.
Well, he's not there, is he?
No, he's not come in yet, but he's caught me.
Caught you?
In the trap he bragged about. It serves me right. I didn't believe it, but I'm caught at last. Caught at last.
Well, when he told us he set it every night, oh, Raffles. Well, what sort of trap is it? What shall I do? What can I bring?
Just come. Just come.
Raffles? Raffles! Oh. Must get to him. Must get to him in time.
I snatched up my coat and hat and dashed down into the street. I'd always known our run of luck was bound to exhaust itself one day, and had often wondered how the end would come. But that it should come through such foolishness, and foolishness on Raffles' part, was a cruelly unexpected blow. For he was right. We had been warned. Maguire himself had warned us.
Dropped out of his glove.
I'll go a dozen rounds with you any day, Mr. Raffles, sir. You have only to say the word.
What word is that, Maguire? I must remember not to utter it unthinkingly.
There's many as said it and lived to regret it. Ain't that so, Cruncher?
Indubitably.
Larson, that great lump of a Swede, said it, and he's still in hospital. Ain't he, Hambone?
Still in hospital, boss.
The guy who called himself heavyweight champion of all the Americas said it, and where is he now? Back on Skid Row, where he came from. Ain't that correct?
Indubitably. Back on Skid Row, boss.
Look at these fists of mine, Mr. Raffles. Like sled hammers they are.
Sled hammers. Indubitably.
Well, you said it, Maguire, not I. I wouldn't say anything to contradict you, I promise.
You're a prudent gentleman and no mistake, Mr. Raffles. Why, you're more some sort of artist than any sportsman I ever met.
There's no better cricketer in England, Maguire.
Why, don't you think I know that, Mr. What's-His-Name? I don't invite just anyone to pay me a visit here, you know. No, sir. Only the best is good enough for Barney Maguire.
Ain't that so, Hambone?
Only the best, boss. Indubitably.
I'm not offended, Maguire. I suppose I am a bit of an artist in my way.
Is that so? Then I'm sure you'll appreciate some of the stuff I've got here.
I could see that Raffles was appreciating some of the stuff already. Our genial host's diamond studs, for example, his jewelled watch chain and his 18-carat bangle, which, if a trifle ornate for fastidious tastes, was certainly impressive in terms of common expenditure. I could see that Raffles was already considering how best they could be fenced. My own appraisal took more account of Maguire's 6-inch lower jaw and the massive shoulders of his henchman.
Do you aim to stay in London long, Maguire?
Long enough to collect all the fancy prizes you Britishers have to offer. Then I'll go to Europe and do the same.
Well, I wish you the best of fortune.
Look here, I like you, Mr. Raffles, and it's obvious you have a taste for good things like me. We've a lot in common, I believe, and I hope you'll come here often. Whenever you feel like it, we'll have a glass together.
Oh, thank you so much.
You too, what's the name?
Most kind.
You know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll show you something here that very few folk have seen or ever shall.
What's that, Maguire?
That room there. There's only one way in through that door. The windows are all blocked in, ain't that so, Cruncher?
Indubitably. All blocked in, boss.
How fascinating. I wonder what's in there, don't you, Bunny?
Indubitably, absolutely.
It's in the nature of being my trophy room.
Oh, your trophy room, eh?
Mm-hmm. And I keep it secure as the Bank of Old England. Yes, sirree. That door there's lined with steel.
Yes, and I see it's mounted with the very latest lock. A Rasmussen patent double-action deadlock, if I'm not mistaken.
You keep your eyes open, Mr. Raffles, sir. I like that in a man, don't I, Cruncher?
Indubitably. He sets great store by that, the boss.
There's only one key, and I keep it here in my vest pocket, see? Many's the villain who'd like to get a hold of this key, Mr. Raffles.
I dare say, I dare say.
There. How's this for an Aladdin's cave, huh? Fair takes your breath away, don't it?
I've never seen anything like it, Maguire.
No one ever has.
It's amazing.
Ain't it, though? This here belt with the jewels was presented to me by the state of Nevada on account of a couple of successful fights I had there.
Good.
This here gold brick came as a tribute from the citizens of Sacramento, like it says in the inscription. And this here is a model of my own self, done in solid silver from the Fisticuff Club in New York City.
Doesn't do you justice, Maguire.
I was scrawnier in them days.
Scrawnier in them days. Indubitably.
And this here is a cup made out of every precious metal known to man, inscribed to the heavyweight of heavyweights and champion of champions. That's from Chicago. Those are rubies round the brim.
Very tasteful. Don't you think so, Bunny?
Most striking.
Yep.
So it is. Indubitably.
This must be worth a king's ransom, Maguire. You sure it's well enough protected? I mean, I know the Rasmussen's a good, solid lock, as none better, but it's in the nature of the cracksman to keep one step ahead of the opposition, so to speak. I'm sure that someone somewhere's got the measure of the Rasmussen by now.
Why, bless you, Mr. Raffles. You don't suppose I trust entirely to lock and key, do you?
No?
No. I tell you, I won all this by cunning as much as brute force. And cunning's how I aim to hang on to it. Yes, sir.
Indeed.
There's a trap set here, just waiting for someone to fall into it.
What sort of trap?
That'd be talent. Yeah. Not even Cruncher here nor Hambo knows what it is. But it's a trap to catch the cleverest cracksman alive, it is. Yes, sirree.
Did you invent it yourself?
I did, sir. And my only sorrow is that no one has fell into it yet to prove what I say.
Well, it's a fascinating subject, Maguire, and I don't blame you at all for keeping it a secret, though there's money to be made for such an invention.
Look around you, Mr. Raffles, sir. What would I need with money?
Looking about me, I saw that there was much truth in the great pugilist's boast, and I sensed that Raffles was much impressed by what he had seen. As we left Half Moon Street, I could see that part of his mind still dwelt in that fabulous cave of rubies and sapphires, diamonds and emeralds, not to speak of every precious metal known to man.
Do you think he's bluffing, Bunny?
Well, it's possible, but I don't think so.
I'm not sure. Reads like a bluff to me. And I've a good mind to call it.
Oh, I beg you, Raffles, don't.
But think of the rewards, Bunny. Why, cracking that hoard would set us up for a lifetime, a dozen lifetimes. We could retire on it, Bunny.
It was the first time that I had heard Raffles mention the possibility of retiring. It was evident that he was taking the whole thing with a deadly seriousness. For myself, I could imagine no worse a trap than Maguire, with his great slabs of fists, waiting behind a curtain. I said as much to Raffles.
He's out on the town most evenings, Bunny. Everyone knows that. He seldom returns till the early hours, and then, like as not, he's quite incapable and has to be put to bed by Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Besides, that Rasmussen lock is an overrated piece of ironmongery. It's not worth much more than an hour of any decent cracksman's time. No, it'd be manna from heaven if it weren't for the threat of that accursed trap.
Raffles, please promise me not to do anything foolish.
Now, as I set off for Half Moon Street, the full horror of what had happened began slowly to sink into my befuddled senses. Raffles had braved the trap, and the trap had closed upon him. My lurid imagination, hardly improved by an evening of heavy drinking with my friend Swigger Morrison, framed the most appalling visions. I saw Raffles caught in the deadly jaws of some great gin with sharp teeth like a shark's, which was even now squeezing the life out of him. I hailed a hansom and implored the cabby to drive like the devil. I had no plan nor sought for one. I was gripped only by a single thought, to be close to my friend in his hour of peril.
Here we are, Half Moon Street, Governor.
Thank you. Yeah, don't wait.
Why, thank you, Governor.
My plans, as I have said, were unformed, and went no further than a determination to knock at the door of Maguire's house and gain admittance. It was evident that the prize-fighter and his colleagues were still out on the town. The windows of the house were closely shuttered, and the door made of the most unyielding oak. I stooped to peer through the letterbox, but all was darkness within. Whatever help I could be to Raffles, it was plain that I could not accomplish anything alone. For a moment, I even considered going to the police. After all, I reasoned with myself, a Raffles disgraced and imprisoned was yet to be preferred to a Raffles stone dead. I was still toying with this heretical thought as I turned from the door and descended the steps to the Half Moon Street pavement. In my preoccupation, I had failed to notice a brougham draw up and deposit 3 familiar figures in my tracks.
Well, damn me, who have we here? I do believe it's that young friend of Mr. Raffles.
I do believe it too, boss.
Indubitably. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company, young sir? Cat got your tongue, eh? Never mind. You're welcome all the same. Here's my hand on it. Oh, oh, sorry, young man. Did I hurt you? Sometimes I just don't know my own strength. Ain't that right, Hambone?
Quite right, boss.
Indubitably. Where's that woman got to? She's always trailing behind. Ruby! Yeah? I want you to meet a young friend of mine, Mr. What's-Her-Name. What's-Her-Name? Meet Ruby.
How do you do, Ruby?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Well? What are you doing here, What's-Her-Name?
Well? I came to look for Raffles.
For Raffles?
Yes, Raffles.
Why in blazes do you think he'd be here?
What's a Raffles?
Shut up.
You said we could drop round any time.
Did I say that?
Yeah, boss, you did.
Indubitably. Well, if that's what I said, that's what I meant. Come in and welcome to you. We don't stand on ceremony here. Liberty Hall, that's what it is. So Mr. Raffles is coming here too, huh?
I thought he might be here already.
Well, he ain't. How could he be with no one to let him in? You're stupid, you are, Mr. What's-Your-Name?
Dead stupid.
Now sit down here, comfortable like, and Cruncher will pour you a drink. No, wait, ladies first, huh?
What do you want, Ruby?
I'll have a gin, dear.
Pour Ruby a tumbler of gin, Cruncher. And Mr. What's-Her-Name will have it. Jehoshaphat.
Bless you, boss.
Shut up, you damn fool. Do you see what I see? Sheepers, boss.
What's the matter, Maguire? Something wrong?
Something's wrong, all right. Something's very wrong.
Indubitably.
How come that door to the trophy room is open, huh?
I don't know, boss.
How come the light to be on in there?
Search me.
Well, Mr. What's-He-Name, if you care for a little excitement, seems you've come at just the right time.
Really?
You remember I spoke of a trap? Well, someone's just fallen right into it, or my name's not Barney Maguire.
Where? In there?
Correct, eh, Hambone?
Correct.
Indubitably.
Well, hadn't we better go and see?
And no need to hurry. Our man won't have gotten far. Finish your drink, Mr. What's-His-Name.
A drink? Oh, yes.
Perhaps we ought to wait for Mr. Raffles.
Eh?
Didn't you say he was coming?
No, not exactly.
That's what he said, ain't it, Hambone?
That's what he said, boss.
Indubitably.
Let him speak for himself.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, shut up.
Ow.
Well?
I said I thought I might find him here.
Here? Why?
Well, he was fascinated by your talk of a trap, and well, we'd had a bet, you see.
Oh, a bet. Why didn't you say so? Wages, I understand. Well, let's go and inspect our catch, huh?
He staggered to his feet and made for the door of the trophy room. There he paused, gesturing us to stay where we were, while he entered softly, clamping his huge hands into fists as he went. Then we heard a loud bellow from within.
Walk up, ladies and gentlemen. Walk up and see a typical British cracksman laid as low as the carpet and nailed as tight.
We entered the room, the others enthusiastically, I with considerable apprehension.
There, real home-grown, low-down, unwashed Whitechapel. Reckon our Bowery boys are cock angels to scum like this.
On the floor beneath the dangling telephone lay the insensible form of one whom I knew to be Raffles, though truth to tell, his own mother would have found it hard to acknowledge the creature he had become.
Have a good mind to kick the villain's face in.
No, wait.
What's the matter? Why shouldn't I give him a dose of shoe leather, huh? Here, you don't know him, do you?
No, of course not. I just wanted to check that he was still alive, that's all.
Oh, he's alive, all right. More's the pity, eh, Hambone?
More's the pity, boss.
Indubitably.
What's happened to him?
That's what I want to know.
Shut up, you.
Oh.
Isn't it great, though? I've only to invent a trap to catch a crook, and blamed if a crook doesn't walk right into it. Say, you, what's your name? It's a damn shame you Mr. Raffles ain't here. He'd have had a good laugh over this.
I think, though, that, I think he'd have wanted to know how you did it.
Well, the secret's half out now. Guess there's no harm in you knowing. Let's all sit here at the table and have another drink.
I thought you'd never ask, dearie.
Shut up, and over our drink I'll tell you what you want to know. There's some good whiskey in this cupboard.
Indubitably.
There's some good whiskey here on the table, too.
Don't do that, Ruby. Put it down.
Do as the boss says.
Ow!
Here, do the honors, Cruncher.
Indubitably.
I'll draw your attention to the decanter Cruncher is holding, folks. That label-reading whiskey that hangs around its neck is solid gold. Ain't that so, Hambone?
Solid gold, boss.
Indisputably.
What? Take a glass, what's the name?
Truth to tell, the last thing in the world I wanted at that moment was a further drink to befuddle my senses. I accepted a deep measure nonetheless, though I thrust it immediately aside. Barney Maguire did not notice the gesture, for he was already into his stride.
The decanter, that's the secret. I figure there's no cracksman worth his salt who wouldn't want a slug of whiskey sometime while he's at his work. Whether before, during or after, it makes no difference. If he takes a shot from that decanter there on the table, the one with the silver label round its neck, he won't be upright more than a minute after.
You mean it's drugged?
Didn't I say it was a simple trick? Nothing comes simpler than a bottle of Hocus whiskey, but it still comes up with the loop. Speaking of which, let's see what this joker aimed to get away with. Jumping Juniper, will you look at this in his bag here? The belt, the statue, the gold brick, and the ruby cup. Why, you damn thieving devil!
Don't do that, Bourgois.
And why not, may I ask, young gentleman?
You'll kill him.
He's right, boss.
Indubitably.
Poor man. He looks in need of a good square meal.
He looks in need of a good square cell, by God. And that's where he's going, in my good time. Push over that whiskey, Hambo.
Look, he was trying to telephone someone when he went down.
Huh? By thunder, you're right. His accomplice, I guess. Now leave that telephone alone, gal. They'll tell us at the Central Exchange what number he was calling, and we'll get the pair of them.
It doesn't have to be his accomplice he was telephoning, you know.
Oh, yeah? And who else do you think he'd be trying to call in the circumstances? His mother? His bookmaker?
Bookmaker, boss, I like that. Bookmaker, boss.
You see, I rather think he might have been trying to telephone... to telephone...
Spit it out. Who?
Me.
You?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know, but I did have an odd sort of call about an hour ago.
Was it cut off sudden?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was.
But you had some speech with a guy at the other end?
Yes.
And who did you reckon you was speaking to?
I couldn't be sure, but I thought it might be Raffles. We had this bet, you see. I thought he might be calling about that. You understand?
Yeah.
He was obsessed with the idea of your trap, you see, Mr. Maguire. We'd had quite a row about it, in fact. Raffles said he didn't think it was an ordinary man-trap. I said it was, but of course he was right. It was something more subtle, but every bit as good. And the whole infernal boiling lot of you are caught in it. But me.
By George, Bunny, I thought they'd never go under.
Raffles.
The same old sport. Oh, a little worse for wear. I dreamt someone was kicking me in the ribs. I woke to find it was true.
Were you awake all this time?
Not all, I think. About 5 minutes. Enough to be touched at the thought of you coming here to brave the lions in their den. Oh, bless you for that, Bunny.
No.
Oh, what have we here? As I live and breathe, the 7 sleepers, or a quorum at least. Good notion of mine, eh? Swapping the labels on the decanters. I realized what had happened just before I went under. The last thing I was able to do before attempting to telephone you, my dear fellow. Look at old Barney, sleeping like a child. I'm tempted, Bunny. Lord, oh, I'm tempted to knock some of that gold and ivory down his throat.
Well, I shouldn't, Raffles. It might wake him up.
Yes, and we don't want that to happen until I've made myself scarce with some of these oversized gewgaws of his.
You still don't intend to go through with this, Raffles?
Well, of course. I'm deuced if I've jumped all these fences simply to pull up in the final stretch.
But, AJ, it's not safe. The telephone call, they're bound to suspect us.
Yes, I heard you flanneling your way through an awkward moment or two apropos the call.
I had no choice. They were bound to check it out.
That is rather awkward, I admit. But I'm sure something will occur to me. As it is, old fella, I must ask you to do me just one more favour.
Anything, Raffles.
Join me in a toast to the champion of champions.
Oh, very well. The champion of champions.
I borrowed the title from my snoozing friend there. I think it carries quite a ring, eh? Now, Bunny, you'll be feeling sleepy pretty directly, so I'd advise you to make yourself comfortable.
You slipped me one of those whiskies.
Of course, my dear fellow. Well, how else do you think you were going to explain away the fact that you didn't call the police? But if you're first awake, of course, that is something you must do at once. Otherwise, just come round gently, agree with everything anyone says, slope off as quickly as you may, and go straight home. I'll join you there as soon as I've got rid of Whitechapel Wilf.
Whitechapel?
In what you see afore you, Gov. I'll hang him back in his wardrobe, stash his haul away, and meet you in your flat. I hope to have thought of a plan by then, to get you off the telephonic hook, so to speak. Bunny? Bunny?
I opened my mouth to reply, but the words did not come. Raffles' face hovered above me, smiling. Then the vision blurred, and I was lost to the world. I woke to find the place in turmoil. Policemen were everywhere. 2 of them were questioning Maguire and his cronies, while another looked after Ruby, who was having hysterics. I thought for some minutes that the part I had played in the events of the evening was to be overlooked. I even put my coat and hat on and assumed an impatient air as of one who has better things to do. Perhaps they would simply let me go. Alas for my hopes. It appeared that nothing less than an inspector was required in my case, and at last the inspector arrived.
Good morning, Mr. Manders.
Mackenzie.
Dear me, sir, you do seem to make a habit of getting yourself into hot water. Now, what's all this about the villain telephoning your flat?
I don't know. It was only an idea that
We're checking it now. Either way, there'll be some questions to be asked. It's high time you and I had a little chat.
A little chat?
I reckon you need a little kindly advice about your choice of friends.
Eh?
Now, you mark my words. It will land you in serious trouble one of these days. Well, there's no need for you to stay here now. I know where I can find you.
You mean I can go?
For the moment, sir. I'll catch up with you later, so to speak.
Something in Mackenzie's eyes filled me with apprehension. But I was grateful to leave Half Moon Street and the events of the night behind me for a spell. I walked home to clear my head. A grim-faced Raffles greeted me on my threshold.
Bunny, before you go in, I must warn you. The police are here.
Already?
The fire brigade, too. They've had their pumping equipment here. You left your bath running, you know.
Oh, no.
What between the water and the burglars, your flat's in a terrible mess, I'm afraid. Come in.
Burglars?
Yes. Someone's done the place over good and proper.
Mr. Manders, is he?
Mr. Manders is back, Constable, but don't start questioning him for a bit. There's a good fellow. He's badly in need of a drink.
Very well, sir. We're busy in the bedroom for the moment anyway. They forced the lock on the big wardrobe. Did you keep anything valuable in there, sir?
Yes, family silver.
Oh, I see. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Come on, then.
Yes, sir. Why did you tell him that, Raffles?
Well, it was family silver.
Yes, but it wasn't my family.
Here, drink this. It's quite all right, I promise. You know, I have a theory about this robbery.
I'd be glad to hear it, Raffles.
Well, I believe that some unscrupulous person heard you talking with Maguire at the Imperial Boxing Club, perhaps? Heard you speaking of your knickknacks, and resolved to burgle you on the same night. He telephones from Maguire's, then succumbs to the drug. But by a fluke, he's able to escape and complete his work. I even believe I know this cracksman's name. It's,
Whitechapel Wilf. Raffles, it was you.
Not so loud, old boy. And don't worry, your stuff's quite safe. Now, if you'll take my advice... What are you doing, old fellow?
Making a list.
A list?
Of all the stuff I'm missing. A false one, of course. We must be ready for Mackenzie when he arrives, mustn't we?
Absolutely, old man. Or should I say...
Indubitably.
In A Trap to Catch a Cracksman by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles, and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Henry Stamper played Inspector Mackenzie, Alan Tilvan, Maguire, Peter Banks, Hambone, Michael Deacon, Cruncher, Francis Jeter, Ruby, and Alan Dudley, the cabbie and the police constable. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, and the production was by Gordon House. Raffles by E.W. Hornung, a series of short stories dramatised for radio by David Buck, with Jeremy Clyde as Raffles Michael Cochrane as Bunny, and Henry Stamper as Inspector Mackenzie. The Gift of the Emperor.
It is with a heavy heart that I take up my pen to write these, the last words in which I shall ever record the singular gifts by which my friend A.J. Raffles was distinguished. In an entirely inadequate fashion, I have endeavoured to give some account of my adventures in his company, from the chance that first brought us together again on the Ides of March, up to the time of his appropriation of the Maguire boxing trophies. It was my intention to have stopped there, and to have said nothing of that event which has created a void in my life, which the lapse of 2 long years has done little to fill. But my hand has been forced, and I have no choice but to lay the facts before the public, exactly as they occurred.
You know, I'm proud of you, Bunny, old sport. This piece in the Pall Mall Gazette is first rate, you know. The Pearl and the Potentate. Satirical verse, eh? Who'd have thought it? It's nice to know you can turn your hand to earning an honest penny at a pinch.
It was an Indian summer that year, and we were taking the delights of the river, Raffles and I, near Thames Ditton, where I had recently purchased a small property.
Is this all true about this pearl? Is it really worth £50,000?
100,000, I believe, but 100 wouldn't scan.
And all this stuff about international politics and so forth.
Oh, all true enough. The Kaiser intends to insult the British Crown.
In the person of his grandmother, the Queen.
God bless her. By passing on the fabled pearl she gave him.
To this tin-pot potentate who's been giving us all a lot of trouble in the South Seas.
The King of the Cannibal Isles. Yes, exactly.
Such imperial German impudence. You know, with all due respect to your satirical sallies in the Pall Mall Gazette, it occurs to me that our mustachioed Pickelhauber could do with a somewhat weightier lesson in manners.
Well, I'm a journalist, of sorts. I have to attack him by means of the pen.
Now, that's good. That's very good. Choice of weapons, eh? A most interesting idea.
I heard nothing of Raffles for several weeks after that. Then, out of the blue, came a brief telegram.
Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, playing old Harry with my ancient bones. Have therefore arranged 2 berths on North German Lloyd liner Vulcan, calling Naples, Capri, and Fairylands forlorn. Leave Waterloo 9:25 a.m. Monday next for Southampton. Will meet you on board with tickets. Raffles.
There are many who might have felt insulted or belittled by such a summary invitation, but I embraced it gladly. No longer living in London, I missed the regular companionship of my friend. I also, though I blush to admit it, missed the heady excitement that our secret exploits afforded. I therefore obeyed Raffles' instructions without question, but with considerable gratitude, and I couldn't wait to tell him so. But that was exactly what I had to do.
I say, steward, bitter?
Einen Augenblick, mein Herr.
Oh, look, for heaven's sake.
Komme sofort zurück.
Don't go away,
Oh, deuce take it. Why on earth did Raffles book on a German vessel? Most unpatriotic of him.
Also, mein Herr, was kann ich für Sie tun?
Please, I, from you, something to ask, wish...
And what may that be, sir?
You speak English all the time.
No, sir, not all the time. Sometimes French, sometimes Dutch, sometimes Greek, sometimes Belgian, and German too, of course. German is my native tongue.
Oh, nothing to be proud of.
Now, I'm looking for a Mr. Raffles. He has my ticket. Is he aboard?
Ah, wait. I've got a little list, as your so amusing Mr. William Schwenk Gilbert puts it.
William Schwenk Gilbert?
Yes, sir. The gentleman is aboard.
Ah, well, do you know where? He's not in his cabin.
No, sir, I don't. Happy to have been of service, sir.
No, well, wait a minute,
excuse me, I could not help overhearing. Is the gentleman you are looking for about 6 foot tall, in a straw hat and cricketing jacket? If so, he is at present flirting with the young lady in the promenade deck.
Oh, well, that could be Raffles, certainly. Is it an eye-zingery blazer?
Looked more like eye Pagliacci to me, old chap.
Huh? Black, red and gold?
That may well be, whatever it may signify.
It signifies from darkness through blood and fire to glory at last.
It sounds almost Mozartian. What a strange game your cricket must be.
It's not meant for foreigners, von Heumann. And as for Mozart, I see myself more as Don Giovanni than Tamino.
Raffles?
No, it can't be. Good heavens. Manders, isn't it? You're just about the last person I expected to see. Are you taking this cruise with us, old boy, or are you just seeing someone off?
But Raffles...
You were looking for me, eh? I suppose you saw my name on the passenger list.
What on earth are you talking... Ow, ow, ow.
Yes, splendid. I say perhaps we can share a berth. It's better than trusting to fate and the purser's whim, don't you think? I'll see about it directly.
Yes, that will be splendid.
Now I shall take you and show you round, if you'll excuse us, Major von Heumann.
Certainly, yeah. But first, I should be most interested to learn...
Yes?
How you come to know my name.
Well, since you ask, I heard two of the lady passengers discussing you.
Discussing me?
That's right.
What exactly did they say?
Look, von Heumann, won't you let it rest?
No, please tell me.
Well, one of them said, "Who's that revolting little squirt with the lethal ginger moustache?" And the other said, "Oh, you must mean the odious Major von Heumann."
A.J.
Well, you did insist on knowing, old boy.
I see. This must be the famous English humor of which I've heard so much. Most amusing.
Well, now, if you'll pardon me, Von, old fellow, I really must be off. I want to introduce Bunny here to a new friend of mine.
It is Miss Werner, is it not?
Indeed it is. And pray don't dribble, old sport. It's not considered frightfully attractive. Goodbye. Same to you, old chap. Yeah.
Raffles, I'm surprised at you. You were insufferably rude to that poor devil.
Do you think it got through to him? I thought of offering something more subtle in the way of a snub, but decided I'd be wasting my time.
Why do you want to snub him, Raffles? Seemed quite a decent little cove to me.
I'll explain everything later, Bunny.
You don't have to, AJ. I can fathom out one thing for myself. You are up to something.
Yes, Bunny. I can't deny it. I am up to something. But what a something!
But why, Raffles? That last venture brought us in enough, didn't it? We neither of us need ever to do anything dishonest again.
Oh, this is different. This is something beyond personal gain. Oh, there she is.
Who? What?
The divine Miss Werner.
Raffles? A girl?
Well, that's what they're called, I believe, yeah.
I thought at least it would be...
Hush! She'll hear.
No, she won't. She's asleep.
Isn't she a fine figure of a woman, Bunny?
Bit heavily built, isn't she, AJ?
And marvellous round thighs, like a Rubens. And what a mouth.
Difficult to judge hanging open like that.
And her voice, Bunny, you should hear her voice.
Like a full carillon of bells, I suppose.
Do you know, I do believe you've hit it, Bunny.
Raffles, I must point out that I was being ironic.
She wakes.
Oh, why, hello there, Mr. Raffles. Who's your friend?
I cannot say that I took to Miss Werner at once. Besides being Australian, which was not, of course, her fault, she seemed to embody none of those qualities I thought desirable in a woman. She was loud and raucous, with a laugh like a kookaburra. She also trespassed freely upon male preserves. That night, at the captain's table, she matched the men story for story, and some of her tales were unfit, even for the smoking room.
Was that? But she said, "God's teeth, Reverend, ain't you never seen a kangaroo before?"
Excellent, excellent. Very funny, Miss Werner. Very funny. Very good.
Don't think your friend is amused, Artie.
Oh, take no notice. Bunny's probably heard it before.
It was with great distress I learnt that Miss Werner was booked for the round trip. There would be no escaping her company.
Will you come swimming tomorrow, Miss Werner?
Can't swim, Major. I never learned. I was born and bred 500 miles from the sea, you know.
Oh, think of that, Bunny. 500 miles.
Fascinating.
Oh, that reminds me. Another one I heard about a hobo visits a sheep station miles from anywhere.
Oh, yes.
There in the yard he sees this enormous pair.
That night in our berth, I ventured to ask Raffles what he saw in the girl.
What a strange question, Bunny.
Can't you answer it?
Well, certainly I can, old boy. Youth, for one. Beauty, for two.
Beauty.
But that's a matter of taste. And for three, oh, many things. Sense of humour, good appetite, strong arm. She would, I think, make an excellent fast bowler. And hair that turns 1,000 colours in the sun. She's also in the way of being an excellent alibi.
Alibi?
I use the word loosely. I mean that everyone will now think of me as the fellow who's having a shipboard flirtation with the young Australian girl, and never bother their heads over the darker purpose I have in mind.
So there is something else.
I'll put it like this. This exploit concerns the wiping out of an insult.
It's the pearl, isn't it? The gift of the Emperor.
I've run it to earth, Bunny. Or rather, to sea.
You mean it's here? Aboard the Vulcan?
It is.
Well, where?
Somewhere in the keeping of Herr Major von Heumann. He's the Kaiser's special envoy.
How did you find this out?
I've been in Berlin, keeping my ears open. I've a lot invested in this.
But the pearl is unsaleable, Raffles.
So is the honour of the British Empire. The pearl is a detail, Bunny. Half a mind to pitch it into the sea.
Well, where is it? In the purser's safe?
I think not. That would risk word getting out among the crew. No, I think our little friend with the ginger moustache is keeping it on his person somewhere. I'm relying on Miss Werner to find that out.
She's in this with you?
Oh, good heavens, no. But I've worked von Heumann up into a sweat of frustration concerning our Australian miss. He's mortified that I appear to be making all the running there, and sooner or later, to mix a jolly metaphor, he's going to have to play his ace.
Show her the pearl.
Exactly.
Yes, but he'll swear her to secrecy.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Then how will you find out about it?
Oh, Bunny, Bunny. How little you know the Miss Werners of this world.
You mean she'll tell you all the same?
Of course. She will hope to provoke me to some similar indiscretion, which she will then relate to my rival.
So that was why you were so rude to von Heumann.
Fuel to the fire, my dear old rabbit. People in a temper are notoriously careless.
For the next few days I observed Miss Werner pursued by one or other man. Whichever enjoyed the full benefit of her favours went around in her wake, laughing at her jokes, seeking to keep her amused, a fixed smile of triumph, it seemed, permanently glued to his features. At such times the other would withdraw to his cabin, and there remain like Achilles sulking in his tent. And there, on a Sunday afternoon, I found Raffles playing patience.
Hello, Bunny, old chap. How wags the world?
Oh, very briskly, if it has anything in common with von Heumann.
I thought he'd better take her on this afternoon as a sort of reward for being a good fellow.
You mean your plan has worked?
Our pearl is in a soft leather bag which he keeps on a string about his neck. He showed her the thing last night by candlelight. Very romantic. At least Miss Werner thought so. And now she's waiting for an equivalent gesture from me. And it won't be so long a coming. We shall be in Genoa by sunset, and that's where the deed must be done.
On land?
No, on board, tomorrow night. Tonight would do, but tomorrow is better in case of mishap. If we were forced to use violence, we could then get away by the earliest train and nothing be known till the ship was sailing and von Heumann found dead or drugged.
Not dead, Raffles.
Of course not. Well, then there would be no need to bolt, would there? But I hope to avoid violence. To me, it's a confession of incompetence. No, I shall chloroform our friend as he sleeps, remove the pearl, and replace it with a pebble. I've taken the precaution of bringing a handful with me.
But how do you intend to get into his cabin? Surely he'll keep it well locked.
Well, that's the least of my problems. Now look here, just above this upper bunk.
Huh?
You see this thing like a trapdoor?
Oh, yes, of course, it's a ventilator. The more you open it, the more air comes into the cabin.
Correct. It operates on a very crude draft system, like the damper in a fireplace. Bunny, this ventilation system runs the length and breadth of the ship like a rabbit warren. I have merely to make a simple map, loosen this screw and that, and set out through here as soon as the time is ripe. At the other end, I can ease the ventilator open, get my hand through, and undo the thing. If our quarry is asleep, and he'd be well advised to be so, I'll apply the chloroform, take the pearl, and be back up here before you can say Jack Robinson.
And once you have the thing, Raffles, what will you do with it? It's of no earthly use to us, and it's far too well known to sell as it is.
First things first, Bunny, old sport. A good culinary principle. First catch, then cook. Ah, but you should have seen Miss Werner's eyes when she described it, Bunny. Well, somehow I don't think I shall have the heart to return the thing to the fishes.
Under the spell of his enthusiasm, I set my fears aside, as I had done so often in the past. But the tiniest of doubts still nagged at my brain, and my dreams that night were haunted by images of disaster, of discovery and disgrace and death. The next day, however, my spirits were quite recovered, and I played my part in entertaining our quarry and ensuring he would settle in his bunk that night, well stupefied from an excess of champagne.
But what are we celebrating, Mr. Manders?
Do we need a reason? I don't think reasons are necessary. Do you, Miss Werner?
Not at all, Harry.
But if you must have a reason to celebrate our safe arrival in Genoa, eh, Captain?
The Norddeutscher Lloyd has very few accidents on its Genoa run, Mr. Raffles.
Well, long may it continue, eh? Steward!
Yes, sir?
More champagne. Major von Heumann's glass is empty.
Nobody noticed in that jolly assembly how rarely my own glass was topped up, or that of Raffles. And it was a very sober pair that retired to its cabin in the early hours of the morning to prepare for the business in hand.
There, Bunny, our door to success. It's more sensible, really, to wear nothing at all, but one has always to consider a sudden reversal. Now, pass me up my gear. Chloroform, cotton wool, pebbles, a screwdriver. Splendid. Well, good luck, Raffles. If I'm not back in 20 minutes...
I ring the fire alarm.
Exactly.
Those next few minutes were among the worst in my life. I started to worry that our little party had been a rather obvious device. What would happen now if von Heumann had seen through our ruse? I imagined him waiting with a revolver cocked and ready as Raffles scrambled into the cabin. And even if the little German suspected nothing, what perils might await my friend in the unexplored reaches of the ventilating system? What if there were great fans somewhere along its length which suddenly spun into life as he scrambled along with great blades to cut him into ribbons? What if the floor of the shaft...
Give me a hand, will you, Bunny?
Raffles, you're safe.
Yes. How's this, old man? It was quite as simple as I'd hoped. Von Heumann was sleeping deeply, and now sleeps deeper still. He may well wonder at the violence of his hangover tomorrow, but otherwise he's none the worse and none the wiser.
And the pearl?
Here, Bunny. And it's everything they said it was. Oh, look at it. As large as a filbert with a pale pink tinge like a lady's fingernail. By God, but I'm glad we got in the way of this little present, Bunny. There are people who deserve such a prize, but neither the Emperor of Germany nor the King of the Cannibal Isles would be high on my list. By George, but I've a mind to keep it forever.
It's quite amazingly beautiful.
Jove, but I'm waxed, Bunny. A stiff whiskey and soda to wet the baby's head, so to speak, and I'm for bed. In the morning I'll find some place to hide the thing, and then we'll simply sit back for the rest of the cruise and enjoy the passing show. I dare say there'll be plenty to see once they realize the thing is gone.
But, Raffles, aren't we going to get rid of it?
Oh, not on your life. Well, now I've seen it, I'm not letting it out of my sight. No, Bunny. And we'll stay aboard at Genoa like respectable folk. No point in drawing attention to ourselves.
The next morning we rose early and breakfasted most heartily. Beyond the absence of von Heumann from the board, who had excused himself pleading a headache, everything seemed normal. Later, at noon, we even stood by the rail, like any curious tourists, and watched the new passengers aboard.
Part of the fun of a cruise, old man, to see what fate has in store in the way of company. I hope there's someone capable of playing a decent hand of bridge.
Do I gather that your interest in Miss Werner has waned a little?
Not at all, but I might leave her to von Heumann for a while. I have a feeling he'll need a little consolation.
Oh, look. Now, there's a fellow looks promising company. Did you ever see a merrier-looking old boy?
Where?
But there, you see, with the muffler and the long white beard.
Oh. Yes.
He certainly looks capable of telling a tale or two. Eh?
Yes, he is. I happen to know he could tell a tale or two to surprise us both.
You know him, Raffles?
Indeed I do. The beard is new, certainly, and I may say recent. But there's nothing could disguise that walk of his. That, my dear Bunny, is none other than Inspector Mackenzie of Scotland Yard.
What?
Come away from the rail. We don't let on we've spotted him.
But why is he here, and in disguise?
I've been afraid of this. He's a canny little fellow and as diligent as an owl. I believe he got it into his head a long time ago that we are not what we seem to be. And though we always covered our tracks, we can never disguise the fact that we were present at the scene of several unsolved crimes.
But you still haven't explained...
I haven't explained because I don't know. My guess would be that he's been keeping a regular eye on us. And when we suddenly disappeared on a cruise together, he made inquiries about the other passengers.
But to be in Genoa this morning, he must have set off...
some considerable time before our crime was committed. I believe he's counting on anticipating us this time, Bunny. Hence the disguise. But I fear he will warn von Heumann about us, and then the fat will really be in the fire. Ehew. There's nothing for it, my dear Bunny, but to lie low in our cabin and wait for the steward's knock upon the door.
His face was as grim and set as I'd ever seen it. We sat in silence for a couple of hours, smoking, each of us absorbed in his own thoughts, while the great engines of the ship bore us further and further from the safety of the shore. At last, the knock came.
Who's that?
It's the steward, sir.
What do you want?
Captain's compliments, sir. And would you two gentlemen kindly join him in his cabin?
This is it, Bunny. We shan't be a moment.
I was ordered to wait for you, sir.
Well, then wait. Nothing for it. We must face it out.
No.
Raffles, you're not thinking of using that thing?
Why not? I've no wish to go to prison, Bunny.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Raffles.
Arthur, what's happening? The steward won't let me come in.
We still have a chance. Just coming.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Bunny, when we get to the captain's cabin, leave all the talking to me.
Mr. Raffles, Mr. Manders, please come in.
Miss Werner is with us. May she come in too?
This isn't a social invitation, Mr. Raffles.
No? Pity.
Oh.
Good heavens. It isn't. It can't be.
You will have your little joke at my expense, Mr. Raffles, but I have a feeling that the last laugh will be mine on this occasion.
Oh, take it and welcome, old fellow.
It has been brought to my attention that a most serious theft has been perpetrated aboard this vessel.
Oh, that's why you're here, Mackenzie. But why all the face fungus, old boy?
Why can't you simply put the man in irons? Then we could search his cabin.
That's not our way, Major von Heumann.
I should think not, indeed. But what is all this about a theft? May we know about it?
In different circumstances, I should be glad to indulge in a game of cat and mouse with you, Mr. Raffles. But we are aboard a foreign vessel and depend upon the goodwill of the captain here. I think politeness demands that we bring this matter to a swift conclusion.
We're all for politeness, Mackenzie, aren't we, Bunny? Say on, man.
Mr. Raffles, Mr. Manders, I have here warrants for your arrest.
Jove, that was quick, Inspector.
The robberies in question occurred some time ago, Mr. Raffles. They are cases I have been working on for some months.
I see. But what is this about a robbery aboard this ship?
Mr. Raffles, I know you have the peril, and I know how you got it. I can't have you arrested here and now under German law. Have you ever seen the inside of a German prison, Mr. Raffles?
I've been spared that experience, Mackenzie.
It's not one I think you'd enjoy, sir. But with the agreement of the captain and Major von Heumann here, I am prepared to offer you a bargain. Return the peril here and now, and nothing more will be said.
And these other matters?
You must take your chance with them.
Doesn't seem to be much of a bargain, Inspector.
It's the best I can offer.
The warrant for Mr. Manders here. Tear it up, and you shall have your pearl.
Raffles.
I can't do that, Mr. Raffles.
He has the pearl. He's admitted it. Leave him to me. I'll beat the truth out of him.
I'd be glad to oblige you, Von
Oh,
Heumann.
yes.
Hold on. Now we'll have no more of that sort of talk, if you please, Major. Well, Mr. Raffles?
Well, Bunny?
Whatever you do, Raffles, you know you can count on me.
I know that, Bunny. And I'm sorry to have brought you to this pass. Well, very well, gentlemen. You shall have your pearl. Whoever is man enough to come and fetch it.
Raffles, no! Got a revolver!
Stand well back, Bunny. This trigger pulls on a hair.
Put that thing down, Mr. Raffles.
I think not, Mackenzie. I promised you the pearl, did I not? Well, here it is. In the barrel of this revolver. How's that for a hiding place? I have only to squeeze this trigger, and the gift of the Emperor will be shattered into 1,000 fragments. Besides any other damage the bullet might do. So, who will come and fetch it from me?
I shall, Mr. Raffles.
Inspector, think of the pearl.
You think I'm bluffing, Mackenzie?
No, sir, I do not. And that is why I... Thank you, Mr. Raffles. I knew you would never press that trigger. I've studied you for many long months. I know you well by now. I know you are incapable of destroying a thing of beauty. Such as this. Here, take it, Major von Heumann.
By God, Mackenzie, if that pearl had not been there...
It would have been another story, I know that, sir. Will you have these two escorted to the brig, Captain?
Wait.
Well, Mr. Raffles?
The game is up, I know. I've one small favour left to ask, and then the law shall have its way with me and be damned to you all.
What favour, Mr. Raffles?
This may come as a surprise to you all, but since I boarded this ship, I've become engaged to be married.
Married? Raffles? To Miss Werner?
Exactly. But don't worry, Herr Major. It seems you will have her to yourself for the rest of the voyage. I'm sure you'll be able to console her.
What is it you want?
I'd like to break this to her myself. Better from my lips, don't you know?
Steward, send for Miss Werner.
There's no need. She's just outside.
Very well. You have 2 minutes. Here, steward. Take this. You keep him covered, but stay out of earshot.
Very good, sir.
Thank you. You're a good fellow, Mackenzie.
I see you are a man of sentiment, Inspector.
Aye. I hope I shan't regret it.
Look! He has his arm around her.
A gentleman does not spy on a man and a woman alone together, von Heumann.
He's embracing her. They're kissing.
Major von Heumann!
My God, he's pushed her overboard.
Stop him!
For the side.
Stop him! Stop him!
By the invasion!
I hope I shan't regret it, I said! Stop firing like that, you'll hit the girl!
Get in after them, somebody.
He's dived under!
Give me that gun, you idiot!
The girl, she can't swim.
See the girl, someone!
Can you see where he is? He's vanished.
If I could just get one clear shot at him!
They've got hold of Miss Werner. I think she's all right.
I'm fired! I'm fired!
Your man is gone, Inspector.
One of them, aye. I might have known we'd never get him into a jail. He preferred the gentleman's way out.
What do you mean? He can swim? I fear your friend has no hope, young man. We are 12 miles from land. The currents around here are notorious.
Aye, they're muckle dangerous, it said. Come away, Mr. Manders. We've seen the last of A.J. Raffles.
They took me and locked me in the brig. A small barred porthole looked out to sea. For many hours I watched, while the ship hove to, and boats were put out to search for my friend. And as the sun sank behind the island of Elba, far astern, did my eyes deceive me, or was there a dark speck bobbing amidst the grey? The bugle blew for dinner, and still I watched. and night fell before I ever knew whether it was a human head or not.
In The Gift of the Emperor by E.W. Hornung, dramatised for radio by David Buck, Jeremy Clyde was A.J. Raffles, and Michael Cochrane, Bunny Manders. Henry Stamper played Inspector Mackenzie, Frederick Jaeger, von Heumann, Zela Clark, Miss Werner, Alan Dudley, the captain, and Stephen Rashbrook, the steward. The Raffles theme music was composed by Jim Parker. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin, the production assistant was Joe Hill, and the director was Gordon House.